Hello. Hello, beautiful people. How's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? I feel like everyone should be on cloud 9 like I am, right? Everyone should be over the moon, just like me. Just like me. Guys, if you don't mind, tap the screen, share the live. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 8,000 likes. Let's get the likes up to 8,000 likes. Also, yeah, guys, if you don't mind as well, send your daily heart me. Send your daily heart me. It's only 1 coin. It'll help boost the live and push us out to the FYP. If we can knock out the daily gift goal just a couple of times, that'll help as well. And last but not least, if you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. Get in the box, because MAGA, you're cooked. You're absolutely cooked. MAGA, you're cooked. It's over, bud. It's over. It's time to wrap it up, B. It's time to wrap it up, B. Wrap this up, B. MAGA, you're cooked. That being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get into it. I'm excited. I'm excited. Let's go.
You stepped in the box. Now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here. You better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts type lies, get left in chain. One wrong word, get slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Great stats and get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit. Yeah, step in if you dare. Truth hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. I don't care what you claim or your background. Facts only, if not, get clapped down. Whether you're left or right or you don't even vote. If your logic is weak, I'll sink your boat. You talk slick, but you ain't got source. Just vibes, that ain't power, that's force. I'm the test, the trap, the trip, the call.
Hey.
You slip once, I'm snatching it all.
Yep.
Yeah. Step in if you dare. You dare. Hit hard like a punch in the air. Punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. Yeah.
One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield.
No, better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? You wanna sparring with Santana. Step in if you dare. You dare. Hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? You wanna sparring with Santana. Yeah, this ain't a safe place. This a flame space.
It is absolutely a flame space.
Sparring with Santana.
Yeah. Hey. Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana. One-on-one debates with Trump supporters. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. Get in the box. Listen, I know it's kind of a, like, I'm looking for something that's damn near impossible now. Something that's damn near impossible. And I'm not even, this isn't even me saying this. It's not even me saying this. It's damn near impossible to actually find a Trump supporter. Look at the election. Look at the results from yesterday. The results from yesterday says it all. Holy smokes. MAGA, you're cooked. You're cooked. And the thing is, this is just the start. This is just the start. You guys are in trouble. And I mean, you can come up and you can tell me about it, but like between the blue wave, the Trump shutdown, failed deals, hungry people, you guys having no humanity, you guys are cooked. Prove me wrong. I know you can't, but you can try. If you are not a Trump supporter, guys, please don't request up. We're not looking to talk to friendlies. We're only looking for some debates. If you are a friendly, do all the wonderful things. Tap the screen, share the live. Let's go ahead and get the likes up. Let's get the likes up to 25,000 likes. Let's get the shares up. And last but not least, if you'd like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All the pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Best way to support the live. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you're over on the YouTubes, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Let's see here. Owner, are you a Trump supporter?
I was for like half of his second term.
Sure. How old are you?
Until he started.
How old are you?
Supporting Israel more. I'm 20.
Sure. How old are you?
20.
You're 20. What year were you born?
2004. December 31st, 2004.
You're playing in my face, aren't you? Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Kick you.
20.
Yeah, I don't believe you. Plus, I saw in the chat you said you're a gorper. I don't really care to talk to you guys. Whatever. Again, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. Half of the second term. We're not even a year in. Exactly. And Mark, you guys are all Mark. They're already cooked. Black fatigue at its finest. Yeah. Guess what? Now you get to whine from outside of the chat. No one cares about you weirdo incels. No, literally, no one cares about you weirdo incels. Go like, man, circle jerk your wannabe leader somewhere. I don't know, fuck off. I'm trash. Are you a Trump supporter?
No, I'm just cleaning my house. I'm sorry. I didn't know how I got in here.
All right, no worries. I will drop you down. Thank you. Again, guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. Thomas, you immediately came in teacup. Thomas, are you a Trump supporter?
You can hear me? Got it.
Yes,
perfect.
I can hear you.
You know.
Thomas, are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Hey, Thomas, before we get started, just a quick question, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
Do you know who I am?
No, sir.
Okay, cool. No worries. Would you mind if I give you a quick introduction to not only who I am, but what this is?
Yeah, if you want, man. This is your live, brother. Go ahead.
Perfect. Give me 1 second here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald Jimothy Trump, get in the box. We are only looking for some debate. Chat, I see what you're saying. It's fine. I got it. There's no need to spam that in the chat. We're good. With that being said, we have Thomas up here. Thomas, you said that you still support Trump, and I'm a little bit confused because I think MAGA, I think you guys are cooked. I think you're cooked.
Cooking what?
Oh, in a lot of different ways. I think you're cooked because of the blue wave that we saw yesterday. You're cooked because of the Trump shutdown, failed deals, hungry people, and also you guys for some reason lack humanity. Can you prove me wrong?
Yeah. So the blue wave. How is this like? How is this like a big loss in the blue wave? And especially in New York City.
Yeah. No. So it's a massive loss because I guess if you just look at one thing, then you may think that, oh, it's not a big deal, especially if you're talking about New York City, right? I can understand that perspective. But when you look at the big picture, it's a combination of everything. If you want to talk about New York City, you can talk about them electing not only their first ever Muslim American mayor, the first ever immigrant, but also the first ever openly social democrat. right? Someone who specifically talked about going at billionaires, at the ultra wealthy, taking on things like rent control and things like that. And he was back. I mean, his opponent, Andrew Cuomo, had support from Donald Trump, had support from Elon Musk, had support from like all the ultra wealthy people in New York, and he still got mopped. But that was just New York. I mean, if you look across the country, like races that should have been close weren't even close. You could take a look at like Virginia, and that was supposed to be a lot tighter. Virginia, the Democratic Party swept the governor, the lieutenant governor, the attorney general. Like it was bad across the board.
Not the AG. The AG was close. Not the AG. Jay Jones's messages kind of really hurt him because it would have been definitely a lot better for him. But
no one expected that to be a sweep.
No, it's Virginia. It's Virginia. It's a blue state. You got a blue state voted for a blue governor.
It's more purple. It's more purple.
There's absolutely no way. Let's pull up then last year's election from Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. Kamala won that. Of course Kamala won that. Why? Because that's a Democratic state.
Not Kamala.
So I'm
but
not
again,
surprised. It's not like a big surprise that a whole Democratic state elected a Democratic governor. I mean,
can you address anything that I said, Thomas? Because I'm not just talking about the governor. I mean, we kind of expected the governor, but I'm talking about sweeping down the ballot, including the not only the governor, the lieutenant governor, and also the attorney general. And the lieutenant governor was actually running for office, and the lieutenant governor, who was a Republican, lost.
In a what state again?
And yes, in a purple state, but still, can you?
No, it wasn't.
The lieutenant governor.
Last year, was it close?
The lieutenant. Hey, Thomas, the lieutenant governor was a what?
I don't know who the lieutenant governor was.
The lieutenant governor was a Republican. Was just in power, running for the actual governorship, and lost.
Okay, and then the AG was who?
You're trying to get stuck on the AG. But what I'm telling you,
I'll move on to the governor then.
I'm not. You're getting stuck. You're getting stuck on just like the actual specifics of Virginia's a purple state.
It's a purple state. Okay, so then I'm going to ask you one more time then. Can you please look at the last election from Kamala and Donald Trump? Was that a big
Kamala? She won. Exactly. Yes, she won. She won. So, okay, question for you. Is Georgia a blue state or a red state?
No, I think it's a red state, but it was a big background state though before.
Georgia is. Do you know what I mean when I say purple state?
It's a mixed state.
Yes, purple means that the state has the ability, depending on what level of the election, to go back and forth between Democrat and Republican. That's the point that I'm making. So you're getting hung up on just the actual point of like, oh, the attorney general was tight, or oh, it's a blue state and they elected a Democratic governor. What I'm telling you is one of the people that were currently in power was a Republican. Right. And the Republican went for the highest seat in the state and lost after being in the second highest seat in the state. The point that I'm making is if you look at not only Virginia, New York, you take a look at New Jersey, you take a look at the overwhelming support for the different propositions, you take a look at the support for, even you can go down ballot, right? The support that occurred in Mississippi, the support that occurred in Pennsylvania.
If the next governor race in Mississippi, is that going to turn blue?
No. What does that have to do with anything?
It's a red state. So when a red state votes for a Republican governor, and you have a Virginia blue state voting for a Democrat,
I think you're confused as far as how things work. I think you're confused as far as how things work.
No, because I'm looking at the data that you still haven't even asked that question or even answered that question, because you know it is very true that Virginia is a very blue state. So when a blue state votes for a Democratic governor, it's no surprise. So I'm still trying to figure out why is this a blue wave?
Thomas, what were the margins of victory across the board in all the different states?
Virginia, she was going to lose.
You keep saying Virginia. You keep saying Virginia, and I want you to look big picture. What were the margins
The
of victory
governor of-
across?
is the
Hey,
governor of
Thomas,
Virginia not a
Thomas, lock in for me for a second. I don't know
That
if
is
you
not a
have a
big
delay or
picture?
something. Hey, stop
The
talking.
governor's not a big picture?
Shushies, bud. I want you to take a look across the board, and I want you to look at the margins for all of the elections that occurred yesterday in the different propositions. Tell me that the Democratic Party did not have massive gains in every area, and even more so, massive blowouts in other areas.
I will admit they had very good numbers. In a Democratic state. So I would expect so. Very much so.
How did they do in Georgia?
And no, I get it. You know, we'll just.
How did they do in Georgia?
Georgia's not. This
How
is
did
not
they
a
do
blue
in
wave.
Georgia?
Is Georgia part of the blue wave?
How did they do Georgia?
You brought up yesterday's propositions. Let's talk about
Thomas,
yesterday's propositions.
Thomas, who won
Why are we
Georgia in
talking about
2024?
Why are we talking about Georgia? You said a blue
Who
wave
won
about
Georgia
Virginia,
in
New Jersey, and
2024?
California. Why are we talking about Georgia?
Because I've said this multiple times. Look at the big picture. Who won Georgia in 2024,
We're
Thomas?
talking about yesterday, though.
Yes.
We're talking about yesterday.
Yes.
So let's
Yes.
talk about yesterday.
Well,
So
I'm
let's
literally
see.
doing that. What are you talking about?
What does Georgia have to do with this big blue wave? And
Were there elections in Georgia yesterday?
New Jersey, and
Were
in
there
California.
Georgia? Thomas, were there elections in Georgia yesterday?
Georgia doesn't.
Thomas, can you answer the question? Were there elections in Georgia yesterday? Yes or no?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, perfect.
Is
So
that the big picture?
Yes.
Then why is that not on your thing then? Why do you have Zoran Mamdani? You have the Democratic Virginia governor, and then you have the New Jersey new governor.
Oh, you talking about are you getting stuck on the picture, bud?
So Georgia's not a big. It's not
Okay,
a big.
hold on. Okay, I need you to shush these for a second. Seriously, don't come off mute. Let me explain this to you because you may be missing this.
I got you.
No, don't stay on mute for me.
I got you.
So just because you see the picture, right? The picture is an actual, it's eye candy. It's not the entire premise of my debate. When I have bullet points, these are just outlines. It's not the entire premise of the debate. So when I say there's a blue wave, I'm not just talking about these four, right? I'm not just talking about the governor races. I'm not just talking about the mayor race. I'm not just talking about the proposition. I'm talking about the totality of what happened across the board throughout the country. There's multiple things that I can't fit onto this picture, right? Whether we talk about the propositions that occurred in Maine, the proposition that occurred in Colorado, whether we talk about the actual judge races in Pennsylvania, whether we talk about the races down in Georgia, like all of these things, right, is why I say there was a blue wave. Thomas, with the races that occurred yesterday, can you name one, just one, substantial Republican win? One.
0. Is Georgia then what county in Georgia had a big win for the Democrats?
There were multiple seats within Georgia that flipped that weren't expected to flip. I can pull up that information, but again, the point that I'm making is, I'm sorry, go ahead.
You can finish.
The point that I'm making is that not only were there the margins as far as the previous elections decreased or flipped, but there was a complete referendum as far as the people who turned out to vote, right? Specifically, there was major turnout in all the different areas, turnout that had not occurred in not only in 2024, but in previous races. That's the point.
Right. Now, do you believe is going to flip Georgia then?
I don't know. Georgia's purple. I'm not sure. But what I'm saying is that I'm sorry?
But there's a start. We'll wait to see then. But
yeah, I mean, that's fine. I mean, you can talk about wait and see, but the big point is Donald Trump is coping. It seems like you're coping right now as well. But like literally everyone is saying that, oh, Donald Trump really came out and said, well, the reason why this happened is because I wasn't on the ballot, and because the government shut down. Like, that's cope. You guys are coping.
I mean, a Democratic winning New York City mayor is I wouldn't consider that coping. It's just kind of like the facts, you know.
Well, and again, can you engage with what I said? Because Zoran Mandani was Muslim American. Listen to me.
Yeah.
Listen to me. Zoran Mandani, Muslim American, immigrant, going against Andrew Cuomo, who was the former governor of New York, who was backed by Donald Trump and Elon Musk and the ultra wealthy in New York. That's not a canary in the coal mine for you?
Just look at the demographic of New York City. You think there are big Republicans in New York City? Absolutely not. You can get all the shout outs all you want, but it's based on the people. And what do people want? They want Zoran Mandani. Great. He's great. I'm not saying, well, I wouldn't agree with his policies, but he's great for the people. Good. Is that really kind of a big win then? We already knew that New York City was going to vote for a Democrat instead of an independent?
Yes. Okay. Can you? What has Zoran Mandani identified himself as?
Socialist.
Social Democrat.
Yes.
Did the Democratic Party back Zoran Mandani?
I think key figures did.
Like who?
Bernie, AOC.
Okay. So you're talking about other socialist Democrats. Cool. How did Chuck Schumer come out and support Zoran Mandani?
No.
No. Did Hakeem Jeffries come out and support Zoran Mandani?
That I don't know.
Yeah, he did like a week ago. So but that just happened. Did Hillary Clinton come out and support Zoran Mandani?
I don't know if she did.
No. Did Nancy Pelosi?
I don't know if she knows what's going on, to be honest.
No. So the point that I'm making, right?
Kamala did though.
Kamala. Why do you keep saying her name wrong? I've corrected you multiple times.
I'm sorry. That's how I say it.
You can call it VP Harris. You can call it Harris. That's fine. But what are we doing?
No. That's just. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. That's just how I said it. So I'll call her Harris.
Just call her Harris. That's fine. The point that I'm making is this is the first socialist Democrat to win a major seat, right?
Still a Democrat though. Not surprised.
But there's a difference between a socialist Democrat and the establishment, right? Because Andrew Cuomo represented the establishment, and not only represented the establishment, but he had the support of the ultra wealthy, including your leader, Donald Trump, who openly Donald Trump openly advocated for Andrew Cuomo.
So do you think then you're saying that if
address that. Donald Trump openly advocated for Andrew Cuomo, not only speaking as far as saying, oh, that's who I would vote for, but he also tweeted out multiple times telling people that you need to vote for Andrew Cuomo.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you. That happened. But now, are you saying then if a big name go in support of a candidate that they should be winning then?
What I'm saying?
Andrew Cuomo should have won just because Donald Trump endorsed him, Elon, the billionaires?
No. What I'm saying is that the fact that he won against all of those odds speak to the shift in the voter base, in the elector, in the actual desires of the people. I think that's the part that you're trying to push back on, and that's the point that you're not getting. The people are pushing back across the board, whether you talk about New York, whether you talk about Pennsylvania, whether you talk about Georgia, where again, in PSC District 3, what up, Hector? Shout out to Hector. The Peter Hubbard ended up winning 59.2 to 40.8%. Or you talk about Alicia Johnson, who won 59.1% to 40.89%. These were seats that were previously held by Republicans. And one of those seats, there hadn't been a Democrat in that seat in over 20 years. 20 years. What I'm telling you is this is massive flip across the board and everyone's spiraling, including you. Right now, you're spinning.
I'm not spinning. I think you're just
You're
trying to say that I'm spinning. Because I wouldn't be upset for a New York City to then vote for a Democratic mayor. I think if you're going to sit here and believe, a Republican had a chance to win just because he had a couple endorsements from Republicans, and then lost. Just look at the 2024 election. Kamala had some very big names.
You're doing that again.
Oh, my fault. Harris had some very big names, and then she lost.
Yeah.
Badly.
No, she didn't. She lost by 1%.
She lost.
She didn't. She
lost to 7 swing states. Not a single
What percentage
one.
did she win by? Lose by.
How many?
What percentage did she lose by, Thomas?
How many swing states did she
Thomas,
win?
why can't you be intellectually honest?
You're not engaging. How many swing states did she win?
None. Now, what was the percentage that she lost by?
0.
Thomas, I just answered your question. Now, what percentage did she lose by?
No, I answered it for you, but tell me now.
No, you didn't answer. What percentage did she lose by?
She won 0 swing states.
Answer. I already answered that question. Answer my
How
question.
many percentages? Then tell me how many percentage did she lose by?
She lost by a little over 1%, less than 2 million votes.
Little over 1%.
Yes.
And
This was the smallest victory in modern day history.
How did you guys lose when you had a president that said we had a great economy? How did you guys
Because
lose
people are
so
stupid.
badly?
Because
How
you
did you
keep
lose
saying so badly.
man?
Hold on, Thomas. I need you to stop yapping. Thomas, I need you to stop yapping.
Nobody thought that Donald Trump would ever win again.
Thomas, I need you to stop yapping because at this point you're just running your mouth while I'm speaking and you're not engaging in what I said. I literally answered your question. I did. Stop coming off mute. Stop. Because at this point you're spiraling. Now, the question was, you said how many swing states did she win? None. And then I said, what was the percentage difference in the actual? Why do you keep coming off mute? Thomas, stop coming off mute. Seriously. Thomas, are you a functioning adult? What are you doing? I'm not going to play this weirdo coat game with you. Like, if you can't actually be a functioning adult and wait your turn to speak, there's no point of having you up here. Like, this is wild. I get why they are spiraling. Like, you guys got your ass whooped, right? Like, I get it. You guys got your ass whooped, and now this is literally cope, and this is wild. But see, the problem is, you guys brought it on yourself. Like, you guys did this. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We're only looking for some debates. And if you come up, please have some type of like self-control. I would really love to have an actual conversation instead of dealing with crash out. Sarah, are you a Trump supporter? Sarah Marie, are you a Trump supporter?
My bad.
Guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. Take a look down at the box at the bottom. If you see the pink and blue person, you're good. But if you see it's gray, that means that you're in the request. And if you're in the request, please be a Trump supporter and please be ready to actually debate. Preachy Tree, are you a Trump supporter?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, Preachy, are you a Trump supporter?
No, I'm a Democrat, but I had a few thoughts in favor.
Yeah, we're quite. James, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I'll say this one last time. I'm only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. I'm not looking to talk to friendlies. Please respect my boundaries. I mean it. James, I think MAGA's cooked. Can you prove me wrong?
I would say no. My view and talking to my family in New York who are Democrats, they're all Democrats, is they're socialist Democrat won in New York City, and now they all feel that their base is being split into two groups now, the socialist side and the moderate Democrats who I used to be, and I'm in North Carolina. I voted for our Democratic governor, just because, unlike most people, I look at policies and what people.
Hey, I'm
can
sorry,
do.
James. Is there any way you can turn off? You have like a TV or something? Can you turn that down or turn it off for me? The background
I'm
is
sorry.
kind of loud. No worries.
I'm sorry. Hopefully that's better.
While you do that, let me quick thank yous if you don't mind. W's in the chat for Cynthia. Cynthia sent a $10 donation and didn't say anything, but just sent the love. Cynthia, thank you so much for that $10 donation. And holy fucking shit, guys, massive W's in the chat for Shannon. Shannon sent a $50 donation saying, thank you for keeping us educated and informed. Shannon, thank you so much for the love and support. I truly, truly mean that. You're absolutely amazing. W's in the chat for Shannon. Also, W's in the chat for Patty for the $5 Canadian. Say, caught the midday stream. Love you, Santana. I love you more. W's in the chat for Amber, who sent a $4.99 super chat to say, I'm from Virginia. We are purple. Spamberg is replacing a MAGA Republican governor. Exactly. W's in the chat as well for Eugene Gia, who sent a $30 Uruguay to say, oh, how I've missed you shushing people. Exactly. Sometimes they have to get the shushies. W's in the chat, guys. If anyone else like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and Linktree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Best way to support the live. Everything's accepted, anything's appreciated. Sorry, James. Go ahead.
No, I was just, like my family, Democrats up in New York State, New York City, they're concerned with this guy winning because they feel that now the Democratic Party can now be split. One side, socialists, Democrats, the other side, moderate Democrats. That's what they're concerned about. As far as, New Jersey, the governor, that was tight. MAGA took a loss on that. But in Virginia,
the governor race wasn't tight in New Jersey.
It wasn't. Oh, I thought it was like under 3%.
No, both governor races were like blowouts.
Oh, okay. And then in Virginia, I think the reason why Spanberg won is she didn't follow some of the far left policies. She kind of went out on her own. Like one of the main things she said, stop talking about the transgender bathrooms. There's only going to be bathrooms for boys and girls. And
do you have a direct quote of that? Because I don't think I've ever heard her say that.
I got it from CNN when they were during her debates with the guy. It was watching those debates. I really felt and I really liked her a lot more than the guy. So
sure. Hold on a second. Yeah, so I guess, and while I'm pulling this up, that's not true. I'm looking at it right here. This is an official statement from her. And even looking at the actual information that's listed for her and the information from CNN, it says that she supports transgender people and ensure they're protected from discrimination and can live with dignity. Like, these are her words that's listed on her site. She has a priority of making sure that the Virginia kids and kids are safe and supported in the decision regarding transgender issues, such as sports participation. She should be made at a local level with parental input. Like, literally, she just sat here and said that she supports transgender people and kids to make that decision. So that's not true, James.
No, the only thing that she said was the bathroom issue. But I'm
telling you, like, on her actual website, like, she spells that out. She literally, I just read the words from her site. She literally that's a full-throated endorsement of transgender people.
Yeah. I have a full endorsement. I'm MAGA. I have a full endorsement for transgender people. I
guess I'm just confused because all of this completely contradicts the comments that you just made.
No, I mean, I support transgender people.
I'm not talking about you. You said her, and she said, stop talking about it. There's not going to be any bathrooms, and it's just going to be boys and girls. And right here, openly on the information, like literally, not only has she does she have it on her website, but she's also backed additional legislation, including the Equality Act that protects the LGBTQ community from discrimination. She has also, she's campaigned and said she believes the decision should be made at a local level as far as if transgender kids get to play in different sports. Like, she's literally coming out in support of transgender people. That it sounds completely antithetical of what you just said.
No, because I agree with everything you said. She is in support of it. The only thing that she wants to change is the bathroom use in schools. That's the only thing I'm saying.
I'm so confused.
That's the only thing she wants. She supports it. I support transgender people. I don't have a problem with transgender people. It's just the bathroom issue. She came out in a debate. When we're done here, I'll go back to CNN.
I mean,
see if I can find.
I would love to hear that, because again, I'm not seeing that. So
absolutely.
Anyway, I guess going back to what the overall premise, right, of what is being said, you guys are cooked because the election was massively in favor of the Democratic Party. Now, you can talk about the socialist split that you think that is occurring in New York, in which I'm not even going to hold you. I have a video that's coming out, and the videos of AOC basically talking about how these establishment Democrats need to actually get behind what we're saying or what's happening, or they can get left behind, because the country, the country wants this change.
Well, the socialist Democrats want the change.
No, the country, like literally, we're tired of Donald Trump and his billionaire buddies actually. Billionaire buddies that actually. Tired of billionaire buddies that have continued to rob the country. Tired of all of the different things that are occurring, and they're voting that way. Also, for all the people, I see all the stuff. I got it. We're good. Thank you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was listening to you. You can keep going on with your point.
The point that I'm making, to boil it down to its simplest form, the people showed up and showed that the actual ideology of the Republican Party and MAGA is harmful. That's the point.
Okay. I mean, I think if it was, I think if it was different cities or different states and this happened, then absolutely.
What do you mean?
I think if it was, I'm trying to think of a state that just votes Republican for governor and president all the time, like one state who is just completely Republican no matter what. If this happened,
what about the gains that Democrats made in Mississippi?
I didn't pay any attention to that. Tell me about the gains there. What did they
Mississippi,
win there?
they flipped their majority. Hold on one second. Let me get that exact information for you, because Mississippi literally flipped their majority. 1 second here.
Majority.
Let's see. Election results. Special election. Yes. See special election results. They gained legislative seats, including the Republican incumbent in the special election. So yeah, no, not only huge. Yeah, they flipped multiple seats in Mississippi, including taking, let's see here. They took the Senate seat District 2. They held Senate seat District 11. They took Senate seat District 19. They, let's see here, took Senate seat 45.
So now the Democrats are in control of the Senate now?
No, this is just for Mississippi. So not the entire city.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
not the entire.
Well, that's reading tea leaves right there.
Right.
And when you show me that, we have another year for the midterms, and without a doubt, I'm concerned as MAGA, as a conservative. I'm concerned. I'm concerned. So, but it's just the point I wanted to make is family who are moderate Democrats. They're concerned because they don't want to go to they don't want to go to the far left.
Honest question for you, James. Your moderate family that's in New York, are they well off?
No. Nope.
Really?
Far from it. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're middle class. I mean,
middle class.
We work paycheck. We work paycheck to paycheck.
Because the thing is, right? The people that are really worrying in New York are the haves, right? The people that are worrying in New York are the people that are living better and who have this overall sense of like being excluded from the harmful legislation that's being passed throughout the rest of the country. And Zoran Mandani is sitting here saying like, hey, we're going to tax the wealthy. We're going to protect workers. We're going to protect the actual people. And anyone that's actually having an issue with that, like Donald Trump, they're the people that are not only in power, but the people that have the most to lose by a socialist Democrat gaining.
Yeah. Now, if you know, I hear Mondani, I definitely listen to him. I wanted to see what he is about, and listen, and he could be a good change. He could be. But what happens? And I have some of my other friends who live in Charlotte. They're calling Charlotte now, North Carolina, the new banking capital of the world. Because
that's been that way for 20 years.
Bank of America moved their headquarters from New York City to Charlotte.
It's been that way for 20 years. Charlotte has been the number two financial capital in the world. Like literally, I'm from South Carolina, and I visit Charlotte all the time. That's been that way for a long time. That's not new.
Yeah. So and I think that continue of stream of businesses, banking, moving headquarters to Charlotte. Which
that didn't just happen. That's been over 20 years.
Yeah, which I'm hoping more of them would move to Raleigh so we can get a baseball team.
Why do you keep saying and you're not actually engaging with what I just said? What you're talking about is not something that just happened. It's not a referendum on the current temperature of the country.
It's something that what I'm going back to is Madame with his policies. He wants to implement taxing the rich, taxing the businesses to pay for buses, stores, everything
for you, James.
in the city.
How long has it Charlotte been like the banking capital of the country or whatever? How long have they been calling them that?
I'd say there's been a big shift in the last 6 to 8 years with with banks moving from New York City to North Carolina.
Cool. What did I just say?
Yeah. You said it's been going on for 20 years.
Right, because I'm from South Carolina. I visit North Carolina and Charlotte all the time. And I'm not only that, right? I wanted to live in Charlotte because of that, because of that very reason, right? Because I majored in undergrad and graduate. I majored in different. I got different business degrees, and I'm telling you that Charlotte has been recognized as the #2 financial capital in the United States for a long time. So you sitting here saying that the actual positions of Madani taxing the wealthy and the rich is going to get them to leave? No. They have already done that.
So you don't think whatever Mandani does, whatever his policies are, you don't think any other banks, bigger businesses are going to leave New York City for somewhere else?
No.
Okay.
And the reason being, being is because unlike, other states, right, that have, they may draw certain industries there because of the availability, right? But New York doesn't rely on one set, company or industry or whatever. New York has the ability to draw all of them because it's an international hub. Like literally, Madani said in his speech, it's a city of immigrants that was built by immigrants, filled with immigrants, and now ran by an immigrant. And so New York is not just about like that central area. It's about the rest of the world. And so, no, they're not just going to leave New York. This isn't like leaving Alabama. It's a completely different story.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just wondered. I tell you, here on out, I'm interested to watch New York City to see how he does, what policies he enacts. Because I tell you, if there is a success, and he's successful, then the right and MAGA better watch out, because then it will be a problem.
Well, it's already a problem. And what do you think about Donald Trump's response to the election results?
What was his response? I'm sure it was funny or some bad humor. I didn't hear it.
No. His response was the reason why they lost is because he wasn't on the ballot, and also because the government was shut down. That's the reason why he's saying they lost.
Yeah, there's people out there that they are on every word that Donald Trump says, and they take it. I'm not surprised he said it. I'll just leave it like that. I'm not surprised.
But, he said something like doesn't that sound a little like ominous, right? Because even if you talk about even if we say that's true, right? Let's say that's true, but Donald Trump is done running elections. Donald Trump can't be at the top of the ticket anymore. So doesn't that spell like trouble for MAGA and the rest of the Republican Party?
If it could, because he's not on it anymore. I mean, this wasn't a big election, and that's why the turnout was low. And which it's every time.
What wasn't a big election and turnout was low?
Usually in presidential elections, yes. If it was
no, there was record turnout.
Oh, okay.
Where did you get that from?
CNN didn't say anything about a record turnout. I mean, they just talking about the results. Talking about I'm not saying they said it wasn't. All I'm saying is if it was a presidential election, there'd be more people voting.
Yeah, because it would be the entire country for multiple positions. It was different
for New York City.
But again, when you take a look at the actual thing, New York City, the previous election, it was like, what was it? 200,000 something people that voted. And with this election, it was like over 700,000. You don't think that's massive turnout?
200,000 people. No, all I'm saying is if it was a presidential election in New York City and there was a president on the ballot, okay, like there will be in 3 years, there's going to be more turnout in New York City for that than what happened yesterday.
Yeah, I agree. But you're comparing apples to orange. I'm comparing apples to apples, right? I'm looking at the last
what you're
minute.
saying is, okay, the last mayor. So you're saying this is what 7,000 people more than the last mayoral election?
About 5,000,
That's
500,000.
That's huge. How many people in New York City?
No,
like
I
30
don't know the number, but a shit.
I think it's like 30, 40 million people, something like that. That's huge. Yeah. That's huge.
I mean, like the point that I'm making is the premise that this wasn't some type of big election or this wasn't some type of referendum. Like you can take a look at the people that won, right? But
yeah,
take a look at the propositions that won, right? There were 2 propositions that were on the table in Maine, right? Prop 1 and Prop 2. Prop 1 was a proposition to require voter ID, and that was resoundingly shot down. Like
yeah, because that's
overwhelmingly shot down.
Democratic state. Yeah, absolutely.
Right, but okay, cool. But then look at the actual Prop 2. Prop 2 was raising taxes on people that make over $300,000, and then using those additional taxes to pay for lunch for kids.
Yeah,
like,
and I'm sure that passed. That passed.
Right. But what I'm saying is that the support for the different propositions even had major growth. Maine, Maine Prop 1. Right, Maine literally had a proposition to I'm sorry, Colorado only had 1. Maine had 2. I had that flip. Colorado had 1. Right. Maine had 2. But Maine had hold on, I'm getting it mixed up. Colorado had
Prop 2.
Colorado had 1. Maine had 2.
Okay, so that Prop 2 that you said were the people making over 300,000 more. Would be taxed a little bit more to pay for food for I'm assuming for kids after school and all that, something like that. If that Prop 2 was in every state, that Prop 2 would pass in every state.
No, it wouldn't. No, it would not.
You know why it wouldn't?
You know why it wouldn't?
Tell me why you don't think he would.
Because Republicans have lost their humanity.
Okay.
Right? I mean, like, how many Republicans have you heard talking about good people don't need SNAP benefits? They don't need, literally, we talked about how the BBB, right, stripped away food access for kids, and people still supported it. People still said it was fine. Like, so the idea that, oh, if you put that type of measure on the ballot anywhere where we're going to tax the rich more in order to feed kids and it'll pass, that's not true at all. Republicans don't care about feeding kids.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason why I disagree, because to me, I think there are 2 to 3 times more people making under $300,000 a year than those making over $300,000 a year. That doesn't I'm just matter. Assuming.
Like for some reason, the people that tend to vote Republican tend to protect billionaires with their life. It's weird. It's weird how much people who are like in poverty situations, who are in low income situations, protect billionaires with everything they have in them. That's I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Like overwhelmingly, the red states, people that voted for Donald Trump, most of them are undereducated and under income earners, right? But they support Donald Trump. They supported him. Donald Trump put 18 billionaires in his cabinet. Donald Trump was backed by the richest man on earth. And for some reason, MAGA, you guys protect those billionaires like they're your babies.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, I'm not in that club, and I don't make anywhere near it. I don't think I've even made $1 million. I probably made $1 million in my lifetime. I've been working a long time, but I have no idea. I have no idea what they're taxed. And all I know is my beliefs. And I'm interested to see what happens in New York City. I know my family in New York State, they're concerned because if it works, then there will be a split as moderates and socialists, and it's just going to be interesting
You
to
keep
see.
talking about your family, but are you concerned? Let's say the Democratic Party shifts towards a more socialist stance. Are you worried about that?
No, I'm not worried about that at all. No matter who's been in power, I go to work every day. I take care of my bills. I take care of my kids. And I give to charity, and I really think I'm a good person. Okay. No matter who's been in power, all those things I do none of them can take that away. None of them can take away what I do, what I say, and the charities I give to. So that being said, I'm not concerned at all who's in power at all.
Question for you,
because none of my
what type of charities do you give to?
The local food bank, the Boys and Girls Club, who I also coach there, and I buy sports equipment. I go to like garage sales and estate sales, and I tell them that I want to purchase the sport and stuff for them. They give it to me for free. Giving them a lot of my time to them. Give them a lot of my time, Boys and Girls Club, because that's where I grew up in a Boys and Girls Club up in Buffalo, New York, and it was all the people that came and volunteered were incredible. Some of them I considered my heroes, and now I'm just giving back a little bit that I have.
Okay, so you said food banks and Boys and Girls Club.
Yes.
Okay, so you donate for food and kids.
Don't donate and volunteer time.
Well, yeah.
Like my athletic teams, we go there and we donate our time. Yes.
Do you think that Donald Trump has been more harmful towards kids and food insecurities since getting back in office versus the amount of good that you've done for kids and food insecurities since he's been back in office?
Well, it's not going good now with the SNAP benefits, but that's blame I put on our politicians. That's something.
I hear you, but what I'm saying is, do you think the good that you've done? You think your good is equal as Donald Trump is Donald Trump's bad?
I can't say I'm better than what he's done or he's better than what I've done. I've never thought about that.
I'm saying the things that you're doing, right? The things that you just said that you do, right? The good things that you said that you do is massively outweighed by the bad things that Donald Trump is doing. So you saying that you're donating food to the food bank, that's cool. But food bank lines are around the corner because of Donald Trump and the Trump administration. Donald Trump is refusing to release SNAP benefits, the emergency budget that's already in place for just this situation.
Food bank lines are the same lines that they've been at since
they're way more.
1999.
We have our troops standing in food bank lines. Our actual United States troops standing in food bank lines.
Yes. And that's because they need to vote. They need to come back. Our politicians, see, our politicians, instead of listening to their constituents, instead of the congressmen and the senators going back to their constituents saying, "What do you want?" Well, they'd be going back to work because every single one of them would go back to their constituents, where they were elected at, and they would say, "Oh no, you guys are going back to work now. You're working for me," which they are. You're going to go back and you're going to figure this out.
Why won't Mike Johnson recall them back to Washington? Why won't Mike Johnson recall the House?
They vote every day. They vote every day for the CR.
House? Not the House? You're talking about the Senate.
Yes, they do.
Why won't Mike?
Is it the Senate?
Why?
Okay.
Why won't Mike Johnson recall House members?
I thought that they were voting on it, the Senate, and they were voting on it.
The Senate and the House is different.
I mean, okay. I know they're different. Call them back then. So,
Why won't Mike
then-
Johnson call them back?
But I have
Do you know
have
why
no
he
idea.
won't call them back?
Tell me.
Because there's a congresswoman who won a special election in Arizona, and if he recalls them, then he has to swear her in, and if he swears her in,
Yes.
then she's the deciding vote needed to release the Epstein list.
Oh, good.
Did you know that?
Good. Yes.
No, you're saying
when you
good.
started that list needs to be released. Everything needs to be released with that case.
Right, but did you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What did I just say?
They said if they call everyone back, he has to confirm her. Is that what you said? Or vote her in or confirm her in? And then she would be the deciding vote to release the Epstein list.
And so the reason why Mike Johnson, a MAGA Republican, won't actually do it is because they don't want to release the Epstein list.
Well, they're going to have to release it real soon. So he needs to call him back. They need to
already said that he's not. But
so,
you talked about how
it's going to be.
You talked about how everyone would say, "Oh, you should go back." Like, I haven't even gotten into why the Democrats shouldn't cave in. I'm just letting you know the Republicans don't want Congress in session. I'm telling you, they don't want Congress in session
because of the Epstein list.
Yes.
No.
Why won't Mike Johnson call them back then?
I shouldn't say that. Maybe Mike Johnson and some of them don't want the list released because they're on the list.
Trump doesn't either.
But hey,
Trump has been adamant about that.
But I'll tell you, 90% of the population, probably 95, wants that list released. I want it released.
But that's fine. Yeah. But the people in charge don't want to release. The Republicans don't want to release.
Then all of them need to be fired in their next elections. So, and of course, me and you can't do that because we only can vote on a certain people. But as far as the other states, they need to make sure Mike Johnson, next time he's up for election, he doesn't get elected. If these are the games that they're playing.
Yeah, Louisiana is gerrymandered to the gills. That's not the case. Okay, hold tight. Can you give me 1 second? I want to read these off really quick, and then I want to tell you why the actual shutdown is the Republican Party's fault, because I feel like you're missing this.
Okay, go ahead.
W's in the chat from Erica. Erica sent a $1 donation. Please correct your in some early series. Woman, not the other guy. Regardless of her party, she's a black woman and won't be masculine and masculized. Definitely a black woman. W's in the chat for Gerard for the $10 donation, saying appreciate all the work that you do. Learn a lot from you whenever you've been on Dean's Live. Keep up the fight for what's right. Thank you so much for the $10 donation. W's in the chat for W's in the chat for the senseless gamer who sent a $2 super chat to say afraid of the blue wave because he can't swim. Yes, they're gonna drown. W's in the chat for the other disgusted veteran who sent a $5 donation saying, Dear MAGA troglodyte, you'd have a social safety net and even military. You're a democratic socialist. Blame Hamilton for the treasury, etc. Exactly. W's in the chat for Taro, who sent a $2 super chat to say, what gift do you give Romeo and Juliet? Cantaloupe. That's not even a funny dad joke. So boom. W's in the chat for all the donations, guys. If anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted, anything's appreciated. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Guys, look up at the top here. If you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. This is the backup account. This is the backup account. Hit that follow button on the backup account because I'm doing more debates here, but also follow the main account. This is the main account. Make sure you follow both of them. Hit follow on both of them and then put follow in the chat. Hit follow in the chat so you know, so I can know that you follow both of them. And also, if you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. James, the reason why I am saying that that the Republicans are to cause for the shutdown, not only are they the party within power, right? But literally, they keep putting up the same CR to strip away the subsidies that's going to cause healthcare to go through the roof. Like you understand that if the Democrats just cave, right, and come back, 7 million Americans are going to lose access to healthcare. All of our healthcare premiums, yours and mine, are going to skyrocket, and it's going to devastate the healthcare industry. You get that, right?
I hear that, but when I got my first full-time job in 2018, a real job with real benefits, I paid $10 out of my paycheck for health, vision, and dental. $10. And I had no copay, and that was normal back then. Okay? I was a police officer then. To me, that was
What
normal.
year was that?
Because all this 2019.
2000.
Okay. I got hired 2018 and went on full time 2019. Since then, no matter who was in power, and when I retired, I was looking at $349 every paycheck coming out. So it's not.
Wait, you started working in 2019 and you retired already?
No, 2009. 2009. I'm sorry.
Oh,
not 2009. Okay. Yeah, 2009. No, 1999. I moved here in 96, so 1999 to 2015. That's when I was a police officer. Okay. Like I said, it started off at $10 a paycheck, and when I retired, it was $349. Every year, every time I had to sign up for benefits, every year it went up and up and up. And it is going to continue to do that, because when hospitals are charging $9.50 for a napkin or a tissue, they're not eating that up. They're passing along to the insurance companies. Insurance companies are raising it, and this is going to continue forever. So I'm not blaming anyone that's doing it right now. This has been going on for a very long time.
Yeah, I think you're missing the point, right? Because when it comes to like healthcare, the actual cost, we're not talking about like incremental increases. And even when we can, the reason why hospitals can charge whatever they charge or whatever the case may be is because the government, or specifically our representation, won't bring up a bill for universal health care, right? I mean, you can talk about the increase in the tax, but it's a nominal increase in order to guarantee health care for everyone, right? So like, that's it. But I think that you're a little bit confused as far as like the actual implications. Even if we take your example, right, that $10 to, let's say, $400, right? Let's just say $10 to $400. And that was a span of what, 20 years or whatever, something like that, like 15 years.
Yeah.
Right now, the silver plan on the Affordable Care Act, this past year in 2025, there were 13 plans with a premiums as low as $552 a month, right? If the subsidies are not renewed or extended, those same 13 plans, the lowest premium monthly cost will be $4,821 a month. So
yes,
we're talking about an additional $4,300 a month.
So
you don't see the problem with that?
I think the problem I see is if the government doesn't give these insurance companies money, that they're going to raise the prices.
No, it's not
with these
raising the prices. It's literally those are the prices, but the government
are charging too much. Insurance companies, to me, are charging too much.
You know what happens? So do you support universal health care?
I do.
Okay. Why won't you actually take that to like a town hall? Why aren't Republicans advocating for universal health care or Medicaid for all, like a single payer system? Because if we had a single payer system like other developed countries, then we could actually have those negotiating powers that would strip insurance companies of being able to just increase their insurance rates, or medical or prescription pharmacy, like all these things would be controlled if the Republican Party got behind a single payer healthcare system.
But I mean, it shouldn't just be the Republican Party. It should be the Republican and Democratic Party.
The Democratic Party is behind it. The Republican Party is not.
But come up with a plan. Let's see the prices, and hopefully they're not going to. If they want to do that, hopefully they don't run it how Canada runs it. People in Canada do not like theirs.
People in Canada love their healthcare system. That's a misnomer. Like you guys try to use Canada as a talking point. I live in Washington State. I go to Canada for different, healthcare stuff all the time. Their system is far superior. The reason why certain people come from Canada into the United States to get healthcare is because they want specialized things. They want optional surgeries. They want those types of things. And again, having a public option does not mean that you can't have a private option. It just means that we have a public option that can be negotiated. If you want to go off and get some type of fancy surgery, you can use your private healthcare insurance to do so, but everyone should have access to it. And overwhelmingly, the Republican Party has pushed back. And what you remember when the ACA was first passed and there was a poison pill that was placed into the ACA where if you didn't have health insurance, you were fined?
No, I don't. I remember if you didn't have health insurance, that they were going to dock you on your income taxes. That's the only thing.
You're going to be fined. Yes, you're going to be fined.
Yeah, fine. Yes,
fine.
yes.
Who set that up?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Republicans. Literally, Ted Cruz threatened to filibuster the Affordable Care Act if that was not added in.
Okay.
Ted Cruz and the Republican Party put a poison pill in the Affordable Care Act because they didn't want people to have access to health care.
Yeah, that's not. Hey, you educated me. I had no idea about that. I knew that there was a fine, but I didn't realize where it came from. So,
how many times has the Republican Party tried to overturn the Affordable Care Act?
I think a lot.
Over 60 times.
Yeah.
How many times have they actually put it? Because for a while they were talking about repeal and replace. How many times have they actually put up a healthcare bill?
0.
Exactly.
I know that.
So if the only party that has put up any type of substance when it comes to providing healthcare for citizens is the Democratic Party, how can you say that the Democrats and Republicans need to get behind it? It seems like the Democratic Party is already behind it. The Republican Party is not.
I think the only thing I'll say, you're right. I'll give you that. The Democrats and the Republicans need to work together.
Donald Trump
told
Republicans don't negotiate with Democrats in order to reopen the government. Did you know that?
I know that Democrats have always voted on a CR, the clean CR, up until this last one.
Yes, and why didn't they vote on the quote-unquote clean CR until this last one?
Because people supposedly were going to get their insurance taken away from them.
What do you mean supposedly? We just finished talking about that.
Yeah. They're the ones that are getting it taken away from them are the able-bodied people who can work.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's 7 million people that's on the Affordable Care Act are going to now be priced out of it in multiple ways, including closing donut holes, which makes people who are just on the cusp of being in the range for being able to qualify for the ACA, it takes them out of that range so they no longer qualify for it. And then again, I just told you that prices for like the lowest premiums are going to go up $4,300 a month. People can't afford that. People can't even afford an unexpected $500 a month.
I agree. So why wasn't this taken care of when President Biden was in his office the first 2 terms? And this goes for a lot of different things. And Democrats had the Senate, they had the House, and they had the presidency.
They didn't have all 3.
If
they never had all 3 under Biden. Years. No, they didn't.
Oh, I thought the first 2 years they did.
No. But there was no need to actually bring this up because the subsidies had continued to be extended, right? And even when you talk
Yes.
about the last CR that was passed under the Republican Party, the last CR that was passed was an extension because they don't, really pass new budgets and stuff. They just continue to do extensions. Literally, the Republican Party, who was in power, told the Democrats that there's no need to actually negotiate on the subsidies right now. We're just going to extend it and then we'll negotiate on it later. But now later is coming. Now they don't want to negotiate on it.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, it's a problem. It's a problem. Our politics are fucked up. They're just all messed up.
Can you go back and engage with what I said as far as Donald Trump telling the Republicans do not negotiate with the Democratic Party? How do you feel about that?
That's not right. Yeah, it's not right. It's not right at all. It's their jobs to negotiate. It's why we vote them in. You can't send 100 million Americans to DC to negotiate. That's why we vote for these people, and that's wrong. What Donald Trump said was wrong. This is why we vote for him. Go to DC, negotiate. You're not going to get everything you want, but you're going to have to, it's a give and take. It's a give and take with the politics, and they have to do it. Hey, I appreciate you having me on. I got to go get my kid. This was good. I learned some. This is good stuff. It's good stuff. I appreciate it.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. Yeah, too. Take care.
W's in the chat for Feisty. Feisty sent a $20 donation and saying brown eggs. Feisty, don't you start that. Don't you choose violence. W's in the chat as well for Heather for the $15 donation saying love from Portland, with the Republican Party eating itself at this point where where it's inexcusable. Do you have a backup plan for when MAGA realize it doesn't have a leg to stand on? They're already failing, and one of the stupidest won't get out of the water before they're they're drowning. They're drowning, and I'm sure they don't have any type of backup plan. It's just it's not good. It's not good. They're flailing and they're cooked, and I just want them to admit it. Guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We're only looking for some debates. Kate, are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah.
Okay. Kate, MAGA is cooked. You guys are cooked. Can you prove me wrong?
Where did you find that tidbit of information about Ted Cruz and the poison pill?
Yeah, it's an article. You can go and look at the interview that he did with the Texas Tribune where he bragged about it and said that he had that added in. And he also talked about utilizing the filibuster in order to ensure that the ACA didn't pass. He literally did a interview bragging about it.
I'd like to see that. I was unable to find it, but also
it's in the Texas Tribune.
It was also the Obama administration that argued.
It wasn't.
When the ACA went to the Supreme Court, the Obama administration argued that it was a fine and not a tax, so that's why it was upheld. So the Obama administration. I know, but obviously the Obama administration agreed with it because they argued for it to the Supreme Court. How old are you? Do you even remember this?
Yeah, I do. What does that have to do with the fact that MAGA's cooked right now?
Because you're lying, and you're also lying about Chuck Schumer not being the Senate Majority Leader under Biden. Biden did have the White House, Senate, and House of Representatives.
He did.
You're straight up lying.
He did.
Yes, he did.
He literally didn't. But again, first and foremost, is there any way you can get away from the background noise?
You're straight up lying.
Sure. Is there? Can you tell me? All right, because you're for some reason flailing. And I didn't say anything about it being a tax. I said it was a fine, and the Affordable Care Act. Yep, cool. Can you address what's on the background? I see, Chad, I see you guys saying he's a troll, but as of right now, until he starts to say something trolly, like he's here, whatever. I mean, besides him being so far, I'm not even gonna call him that because it would be a little harsh to call him an asshole at this point. There's nothing trolly about him at the moment. So can you address what we're actually talking about right now? The fact that MAGA's cooked.
I don't think MAGA's cooked. There was an off-year special election. And like the previous guest said, if it was a presidential election, then more people would turn out.
Okay.
I actually kind of like Montana.
How do you actually account for the record number of turnout for the elections that occurred. Like you can look at, and that's what the point that I brought up to him, like apples to apples. Prior elections for the same areas, there's record numbers of turnout. How do you account for that?
It's special election record numbers. Like, who cares?
Yeah, it's a trend. Do you know what trends are? Do you know what predictive trends are?
I know that there's been a trend that this country in general has been getting more fascistic, and it didn't just start under Trump, like you guys like to think.
But
So
do you
there's
know
a
what
trend for
predictive
you.
trends are?
I just gave you one.
No, do you know what predictive trends are?
I just gave you one.
You didn't. You gave me what you think. I'm saying, do you know what predictive trends are?
I just gave you one.
You did not. You gave me what you think, and that still doesn't tell me if you know what predictive trends are.
It's not what I think. It's objective truth. The executive has been taking more and more
fifis
power.
in your tum-tum. What I'm saying is, do you know how it works with actual forecasting models with predictive trends? Do you know how those work?
I just gave you one.
You didn't. So the answer is no. So I'll tell you.
How is that
The way that it actually works is it takes historical data and it actually creates a curve based on the data, and then it creates a range to see the way that it's trending, right? And so the actual trend for the different predictive model has shown a shift when it comes to like special elections or midterm elections against the party that's in power. This election that occurred yesterday, and also all of these special elections that have occurred since Donald Trump has been in office, completely blows all of the trends out of the water, the predictive models out of the water. The Democratic Party is overperforming in every metric for every election that has occurred since Trump got elected.
So trends can be wrong, is what you're saying?
Yes, you're absolutely right. And what I'm saying is these trends were wrong. These trends said that there should be nominal gains for the Democratic Party. And what's happened is the Democratic Party, since Trump has gotten in office, has blown the doors off of Republicans in elections.
But how do you know that if trends can be wrong, how do you know that the trends you're accounting for can't also be wrong?
I'm not accounting for any trends. I'm talking about the results.
What about them?
What did I just say?
You're talking about predictive this and that, and you're just using a lot of coke. In my opinion.
Seriously, Kate. Like, if you want to actually engage and not be a troll, like I would love to continue to talk to you. But if you want to get into the trolly stuff like the chat, I'll just move on. Like, I would really like to have a real conversation with you. It's your call, though.
I just think that a special election, it only attracts the people who are most passionate about what's going on.
Can you? Okay. Hey, if you were, let's simple example. If you make $100 a week, right, and you get paid every 2 weeks, and you're expected to get a paycheck for $200, and you get a paycheck for $600, would you not be shocked that you got a paycheck that's $400 more than what you were expecting?
Sure.
Okay. That's what has happened. We were scheduled to pick up nominal wins. The elections were supposed to be tight, but not only were the elections not tight, the margins weren't tight, but there were pickups that were unexpected. The Democratic Party has won, I think it's 36 out of 38 special elections prior to yesterday. Like the actual gains and the actual wins of the Democratic Party is ominous for Donald Trump and MAGA. That's why Trump is coping. You're talking about cope. Donald Trump is literally spiraling, and he tried to actually shift the blame to the Supreme Court and say how like the Supreme Court needs to rule in his favor. But now it looks like the Supreme Court is even set to rule against Donald Trump. That's cope. Like, all of this is cope.
I mean, you also said that the Democrats didn't control the Senate and the House the first 2 years of Biden's
I
term.
hear you trying to actually pivot and go backwards, but can you actually address what I'm saying?
That?
Can you actually address? Can you actually address what I'm saying? Listen.
Can you tell the truth? Because you started out on a bad foot.
I understand that you're spiraling right now because you don't have anything to actually. Can you address what
started out
happened
on a lie,
yesterday
bro.
in our country?
You started out on a lie.
Can you address what happened yesterday in our country?
I think it doesn't matter because Trump is still president.
That's all you guys have. Literally,
Well,
like
objective
that's
truth.
all that you have. Oh, it doesn't matter. Trump is still president. He's still your president. Oh, the economy's bad. He's still your president. We lost elections. Oh, he's still your president. That's fucking cope, bud. Like you're literally spiraling. You started off on the wrong foot. Yeah. I hear you. Cry harder.
You're a liar.
Cry
You're a liar.
harder.
You're a
Cry
lying
harder.
fucking nigger. You're a lying nigger.
Yeah, look, there you go. And then
You're
you
a
slurred because you know
lying
why?
fucking nigger.
You know why? You slurred because you have nothing. You have nothing. Yeah, I hear you. You're an insignificant little crybaby. And guess what? You saying words don't hurt me. I know words hurt your feelings, right? I know words actually completely make you crash out because you're stupid and you're insignificant. And you know what's funny? The funny thing is that you've lost. You've lost, bud. You are literally the one that's going to be harmed. You're in danger and you don't even know it. You're in danger and you don't even know it. He's trying to report me. They're so weird. He slurred and then he tried to report me. Such a weirdo. W's in the chat for Tessa, who sent a $5 donation and sent a clock. Yep, their time is up. Thank you so much for that $5 donation. W's in the chat for Allison. His name is anti-Semitic and he may slur. Allison, that was not a prediction. That was a spoiler. You actually knew he was going to do that. That's who they are. W's in the chat for Amanda for the $2 donation saying, how was your BFF Tom Ollie today? I don't know. W's in the chat for the other disgusted veteran who sent a $10 super chat to say, I yearn for the days that MAGA knows the definition of words that they can use, communism, socialism, fascism, etc. Maybe if they do, they wouldn't sound so ignorant and the things would get better. Pie in the sky. Yes, if they knew things, then I think life would be better. W's in the chat for Justin for the $5 super chat to say, I commend you on keeping your cool with in these moments. Listen, they like, no lie. If them calling black people the N-word was the most racist thing that could happen, we'd take that as a W. Like if that was the only form of racism that black people had to deal with was them calling us the N-word, we would take that as a W every day. I promise you. Doesn't get to me. W's in the chat for Fruit for the $5 super chat to say he went with the typical MAGA strategy, which is when they're losing, slur. That's all they do. And W's in the chat for the other disgusted veteran who sent a $2 super chat to say, you tried. He did try. Guys, if anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted, anything's appreciated. If you're over on the YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates, guys. Please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. Robin, are you a Trump supporter? Robin, are you a Trump supporter?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I hit it on the wrong thing. I was voting for you. No, I am not a Trump supporter. Fuck Trump.
All right. Thank you so much. Guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. And also, guys, look up at the top. If you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. Hit that follow button. Hit that follow button. Follow my main, my backup account. This is the backup account. Follow the backup account, but also follow the main account because we're doing debates on both. We're switching back and forth. We're jumping back and forth between the accounts. And if you want to make sure that you don't miss any of the debates or late nights or whatever, follow both accounts and turn on the notifications. Got to turn on notifications.
Check out.
Boss lady, are you a Trump supporter?
Oh, we did not speak to this request. I'm sorry. I'm
All
not.
right, no worries.
Oh, you.
Guys, look down at the bottom. If you see like the pink and blue, you're good. If you see like the pink and blue down at the bottom, you're good. But if you see the gray That means you're in the request, and that means you're a Trump supporter and you're ready to debate. Brandy, are you a Trump supporter? Brandy, are you a Trump supporter? I think Brandy's there. Anthony, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect. Anthony, can you give me 1 second, if you don't mind?
Yeah, you can have a couple seconds.
Perfect, thank you. W's in the chat for Alexis for the $20 donation and saying they're always worried about everyone else's community but their own. They never do. W's in the chat Alexis. Exactly. W's in the chat for Erica for the $25 donation saying, thank you for fighting the good fight. I'm sorry that you have to be exposed to racist idiots. You deserve better. Listen, I'm a black man from the South. I'm used to it. It shouldn't be, but it is. Thank you so much for the 25. Jamie, thank you so much for the 5. MAGA's so mad today that they need to take it out on you. Don't let it get to you. You're awesome. I promise you, they couldn't hurt my feelings if they wanted to. W's in the chat for you guys. So if anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and links are in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted, anything's appreciated. If you're over on the YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Anthony.
Yo, they called me out on taking a bong toke. That's hilarious.
we don't want to talk about that on live. Anthony.
I'm sorry, my bad.
MAGA's cooked. Can you prove me?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
Why not?
I wouldn't say that. I don't know, man. I'm really for the immigration, man. Or not the immigration, the deportation. The mass deportation.
How's that working out for you?
I mean, it's working.
You think so?
Yeah, why? Why
Donald
don't you
Trump
think
is
so?
Donald Trump is deporting at a lower level than both Barack Obama and Joseph Robinette Biden. Donald Trump is funded ICE to the clip of being like the 14th most funded entity if you stack them up against like other militaries around the world. And they've also allocated additional federal resources, including 25% of the FBI. And they're still not able to actually deport people because they're not interested in deporting people. Their immigration efforts are not going good.
Trust the process, man.
I guess. I mean, yeah, like but you see how that worked out in Philly, right?
Trust that process, man.
But you see how that worked out in Philly, though, right?
No, it's gonna. I'm telling you, it's gonna come around. It's only been 8 months, and like you guys are gonna start to see like
it's been 10 months almost.
Okay, 10 months, whatever. Anyways, it'll come around.
You do understand within that 10 months he's crashed the economy. Like he's crashed the economy. He's weakened the dollar. He's alienated multiple allies. Like, did you know Canada and Mexico?
Wild. That's a wild take.
He has. Did you know Canada and Mexico has cut us out of like their being able to trade between them? Like they literally are creating a waterway where they can go around the United States instead of going through the United States, so they don't have to deal with us. Did you know that?
No, Canada and Mexico are still trading with the U.S. What are you talking about?
I'm not saying they're not trading with the U.S. I'm saying when they're with the business dealings between those two countries, they used to have to go through the United States, right? They would ship things through the U.S. And now they're saying instead of dealing with the U.S., we're just going to go around the U.S.
You don't think it would be cheaper for them still to just go through the U.S.?
It's not necessarily about cheaper. It's about the instability of the leadership in charge of the United States, and they don't want to deal with it. Donald Trump called off trade negotiations with Canada because he saw a commercial that hurt his feelings.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually kind of a wild take.
Right.
I do believe, like, there's going to be a lot of things I do disagree with. And, like, maybe that's where, like, you kind of, like, maybe I should watch a little bit more. But, like, I still lean more towards Trump. But I feel like that's why I feel if I come up here, maybe you tell me, like, the true facts. Maybe I'd understand, like, you know, that he's not someone you should support.
What do you think about the elections that occurred yesterday throughout the country?
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of showing like what everybody's trying to lean towards now.
Yeah. I mean,
I wasn't right into it. I didn't really look straight into it, but now that's why I'm saying, hey man, like I'm fully open. That's why I like, and I've watched you for like a few minutes here, like before obviously coming up, and you I mean, you speak well. You know what you're talking about, and I will say that. I will say that, and you're doing very well for your side, 100%, 100%, 100%. And and one thing I will say, I fucking can't stand it. People that keep coming up like, and they're like from MAGA, and they're being racist and stuff. I mean, yes, there is going to be a lot of that maybe in MAGA too, but there is going to be a lot of that on your side too. It's just those people maybe you just don't recognize as being those kind of people. And there's also random people that come in that are, well, here, let me tell you, man, listen to this, okay? I mean, TikTok is so diverse. There's so many fucking people on TikTok, okay? And there's little kids, whatever, right? There's kids that are just popping in by your live, and they're just gonna request, and then guess what? They're just gonna come up and they're just gonna fucking slur, because guess what? That's what they're doing. They're there for attention. They just want a 5-second little clip of fame, you know?
Mm-hmm. I hear you. Who did the Triple K vote?
And so it's not always. I noticed a lot too. The MAGA gets. Sorry.
Who did the Triple K vote for?
Triple K.
Yep.
I assume Trump.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, there's a lot of people that are bad to vote for other people.
Yeah, but like the Triple K didn't vote for our side.
Oh, and for the people that are saying I'm Canadian, I'm new to America. I live in Michigan. I used to live in Ontario, and I moved in the last 2 years.
That's fine.
So I probably do have Canadian slang. Yeah.
So you can vote in the elections.
Oh no, I can't do that yet. No. Oh, sorry.
Okay, then if you're Canadian and you've only been in the U.S. for 2 years, why in the hell do you support Donald Trump?
You know, I think it's probably a lot of media, man. Media influences people, and I probably shouldn't be. That's why I literally was coming up here. I feel like I'm gonna watch more of your live. Do you have anything else I could maybe look towards and maybe learn more?
Yeah, I mean, read, fact check.
Yeah, but like a lot of people say there's fake news out there and shit. Even Trump says, "Oh, fake news. They're putting fake news on your side, this and that." I don't know. Like, what the fuck's true? What the fuck's true anymore?
Actually said that he does that to discredit the news so people don't believe it. Like, there's peer-reviewed sources. There's multiple ways you can. If you ever have any questions about like biases or leanings as far as articles, 2 great sources that I use to verify my sources whenever it comes to like news or whatever is Ground News and All Sides. Both of them are like really awesome.
Okay, but now are those like a liberal leaning side, or is it?
No, they're just they're the scorekeepers. That's it. Like they
That's what I'm saying.
They call balls and strikes. They have no like skin in the game.
Right. Okay. Well, I definitely like totally open to like. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna fully stick with Trump as like my be all end all, you know, kind of thing. But that's why I come up here, and I need to get your feedback out on everything there. Okay, I appreciate you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, man. You take care. You stay blessed.
Guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. Guys. Please only request up if you are a Trump supporter. Rachel, are you a Trump supporter? Rachel, are you a Trump supporter? All right, I'm going to drop you down, Rachel. Mel, are you a Trump supporter? Mel, are you a Trump supporter? All right, I'll drop you down. Guys, again, look down at the bottom. Look down at the bottom. If you see pink and blue, you're good. But if it's gray, that means you're in the request, and that means that you're a Trump supporter coming up to debate. Council Culture, are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, for two main reasons. First, the immigration part. Like, I hear what you're saying that maybe we're not deporting as many under different presidencies, but the impression that it's giving is reducing illegal immigration by, just by the fact that it's on the headlines nonstop, right? And the second thing I wanted to say was, the stock market is doing, pretty decent, ever since June of this year, right? Since it stopped contracting, it's been on the rise, right? And I think a big part of that has to do with these tariffs, right? When you enact them, and then when you call them off or make trade deals, right, the stock market jumps. So it's been effective, or he's been effective in doing that, right?
Okay. All right, so let's talk about it. One, that's called market manipulation. That's illegal. So that's not a good thing. But two, going back to your first point, the things that have happened at the or as far as undocumented immigrants coming into the country, it's not a good thing, right? The numbers decreasing, it's not a good thing, because did you know that the United States has now been added to a human rights watch list?
No, I didn't know that.
Did you know that Las Vegas is on track to lose $29 billion due to low tourism?
Yeah, temporarily, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the stock market was down, right? Just like the
Vegas is losing $29 billion.
And the stock market lost billions of dollars.
We're going to get to the stock market in a minute, but that's different. But we're talking about Vegas, a worldwide travel destination, is losing out on $20 billion because people aren't coming, not only to Vegas, they're not coming to the U.S.
Yeah, the U.S. is not. It's not a travel. Sorry.
Vegas is absolutely a travel destination.
No, I'm saying right now it's not. Right now it's not. It'll get back
because of Trump.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay. Yes, because we have to take drastic measures in the meantime, and yes, there are going to be other, industries that are going to suffer in the short term, right? Just like the stock market suffered for a short term period.
You keep coming back to the stock market, and I'm going to deal with that in a second. It's not the flex that you think it is, I promise. But the point that I'm making, when I say that we've been added to a human rights watch list, that people aren't coming into the country with tourism. Did you know that Donald Trump has now put reoccurring fees, yearly fees, and additional admin fees on being able to claim asylum?
I mean, what are the fees? Like, how much are they?
It ranges depending on what it is, but there's hundreds of dollars, including, like I said, a yearly reoccurring fee when asylum didn't have fees. Literally, Donald Trump has added additional costs to asylum seekers, people that are fleeing other countries with credible threats to their life. And now he's saying, if you can't pay us, you can't come here.
Well, I mean, they can. I mean, there's other countries they can also go to, right?
I hear you.
It's not the first stop destination, right?
I hear you.
Not anymore.
The picture I'm trying to paint for you is when you take a look at us being added to a human rights watch list, our tourism industry taking a massive hit, and now even asylum seekers are being priced out. This administration is not doing anything positive to slow undocumented immigration. They're literally slowing immigration into the country, period. Literally slowing anyone wanting to come. Other countries are telling their citizens, do not come into the country.
That's probably good advice. I mean, like for now, right? I think there are adjustments that can be made, right? I think, things like look, I'll agree with you that ICE is kind of overstepping their power. I get that, right?
Kinda
I don't think that they should be wearing masks,
pointing guns in people's face and telling them, "Bang bang, you're unalive, liberal." That's literally something that they did, and it's been testified in court that yes, they literally pulled a gun, put it in a United States citizen face, and told him, "Bang bang, you're unalive, liberal."
I mean, the vouching process needs to improve. I think that's
the vouching process. Oh, you mean the vetting process? No, they've already decreased the actual vetting process. The physical standard was reduced twice, and people still couldn't actually meet the minimal physical standards, and so they completely got rid of it. And now they're fast tracking people into ICE Academy for training. And you know who else has got an eye and who are now starting to join ICE? The Proud Boys. Did you know that?
I'm not surprised by it.
And that's not alarming to you?
It is. It is. I mean, look, dude. I mainly wanted to talk about the economy. I understand.
I know. Listen, I'm gonna walk with you on your point about the economy in a second, but you brought up immigration first, so I'm just dealing with the topic that you brought up.
No, well, the only point that I was trying to make is that like those actions that ISIS are taking, while
are protected by the federal government.
No. Yeah, sure. But the point,
like literally, the attorney general and also Stephen Miller, the ghoul, is saying that ICE agents have every right to do everything that they're doing, and if they are impeded on by any law enforcement, any governor, then they're going to arrest those law enforcement law officers and those governors.
Santana, my only point was that the actions, while the deportation numbers aren't as high, right, the resulting impacts of the media given around this is driving down immigration, right? Which is
not a good thing.
Well, I mean,
the reason why I brought that up is to explain to you it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing in the sense that, one, we need immigration, right? Whether it's legal immigration, whether it's undocumented immigrants, whether it's tourism, we need all those things, right? And even more so than just needing those, right? The reason why the United States has been able to actually be successful and continue to actually move forward is because of our openness for immigration. Like the country, this is literally a country that was founded by immigrants for immigrants. Like literally, the people that wrote our Constitution were immigrants. So why wouldn't we want to welcome immigrants?
Santana, we've turned our cheek to this problem and we just kind of just don't really address it. Now we're actually addressing it, right? So I think, right,
we're not though.
No, there will be repercussions from this, right? Some will be also impacting our economy, etc. And as a result, it's going to lead to actual immigration reform, right?
It's right now, but they don't have a plan for any type of reform.
Not yet, because they haven't seen the repercussions, right? So I think
Donald Trump has been talking about like immigration reform since the first time he was in office, and the best idea he had was to build that stupid ass wall that didn't work.
I know,
like
but
he hasn't had anything else outside of the wall.
We're just adhering to the current law system is what we're doing. Okay. Now, what you're saying is the current law system is broken, right? And it doesn't work. And now we're seeing
that's not true. Why was Barack Obama able to have a negative immigration rate?
He had a negative. Are you serious?
Barack Obama deported more people than people came into the country. Yes.
I don't know. Was that? Did he form ICE? Was he?
No.
Did he?
No.
ICE existed before.
he actually he leaned on expedited removal and specifically targeting people that were close to the border and people that recently had just come into the country, not people who had been in the country for long periods of time. Joseph Robinette Biden actually followed a similar process. The only issue is that there was a pandemic before Trump took over. I'm sorry, before Biden took over. Trump used Title 42 to shut down the border. And so then once the pandemic was over, Biden even tried to go to the Supreme Court and say like, hey, we want to keep Title 42 in place. And they said, no, you can't do it because there's no pandemic. And so all of those people that had been waiting in the border to come into the country were allowed access under legal immigration process. But like, even with that, Biden followed the same type of playbook as Obama and was able to deport at a lower clip. I mean, at a higher clip than what what Donald Trump is doing, because Donald Trump isn't actually trying to deport people. You know, they're just locking them up, right? Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, like literally all of these ICE raids where they're detaining people, they're not deporting people, they're just locking them up and they're sending them to other countries. Like this is literally slave labor and free labor. They're not deporting people, they're imprisoning people and then using them for free labor. That's why Donald Trump's deportation numbers are so high, even though there's ICE raids everywhere. They're unlawfully detaining people left and right. And they're not shipping them out of the country. They're shipping them to concentration camps and to CCOT and all these other places where like people can make money off of them.
Well, I think the CCOT thing is kind of
true. It's kind of true. No, it hasn't. It's true.
Yeah, but
Donald Trump wanted to reopen up Guantanamo Bay. And Donald Trump said he wanted to put 200,000 people in there, and Guantanamo Bay is only made for 50,000 people.
Are you telling me that ICE was formed under Bush?
I don't know. I have to go look back up, but that's not the point, right?
No, but I mean, it kind of is the point, because this whole ICE thing, right? Whatever president enacted it, we're having the results of it being overpowered now, right? So whoever enacted it probably could have enacted it better, and I think.
Yeah, ICE was created in March of 2023. I'm sorry, 2003.
And who was president?
That was Bush.
So ICE started under Bush.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't know that.
But again, like I don't like that. To me, that doesn't mean anything. The point that I'm trying to get across is that Donald Trump is. The way that he's using ICE, it's not to deport people, it's to detain people for free slave labor.
I think you're going a little bit far.
It's the truth. Like, dude, literally, that's what they're doing.
Dude, he's not using them for labor. That's not his.
They're literally sending them to different places around the country and out of the country. Like, that's literally happening.
He's doing it to circumvent the legal process because it's harder to get a lawyer in those specific areas that he ships them off to. Yeah, I get. Look, I'm not saying that it's right. What I'm saying is that it's achieving the goal of reducing immigration, and that.
What I'm telling you, reducing
possible.
Immigration is a bad thing. It's a bad thing.
I get it, but yes, I hear you. I understand. You're not wrong about that. Okay, I get it. I understand that you need people to produce for the economy. I get it. I understand.
Not just that. Did you know that, like most major countries, the United States has a declining birth rate?
I knew you were going to go there, and yeah, no, which is why they enacted the state to state abortion rules, right? That's what I think.
Wait, so are you pro-life?
No, from an economical perspective.
No, are you pro-life?
It makes sense. No, I'm saying from an economical perspective.
No. Are you pro-life?
No, I'm pro whatever increases the birth rate.
So you're pro-birth. You're pro-forced birth.
No, because there's other ways that you can encourage the birth rates to increase, right?
Name one way the Republican Party has advocated for ways to increase
childcare. They increased the childcare stipend. Yeah, they did.
Haven't. The
What,
childcare tax credit was not only something that was bipartisan. Donald Trump has decided to have a lower amount of a childcare tax credit than what Kamala Harris had actually wanted to implement.
Yes, but instead of comparing it to Kamala Harris, how about we compare it to what it was? Right, it was an increase.
Sure.
Right, and that's one.
And let's say I'll give you that, but no, that was bipartisan. Give me something that, because the Republican Party stands on this whole quote unquote pro-life stance, right? And the Democratic Party, for the most, is diametrically opposed as far as being pro-choice. Now, give me one thing that they disagree, that they have not agreed on, that is a like a carrot from the Republican Party to say, hey, you guys should have more kids.
Well, that's one.
No, it's not,
right?
because again, that child tax credit was bipartisan, and not only was it bipartisan, the Democrats wanted to do more than Republicans. Give me something that was not bipartisan. If you want people to have kids, give me something that you guys have thrown out as a carrot to have kids.
The striking down of Roe v. Wade, right?
That's not a carrot. That's forcing people to. Did you know abortions have gone up since Roe v. Wade was overturned? So that's not a carrot. My point is that if you're going to take the stance of being like pro forced birth, if you want people to actually have kids, then you guys should lean into the social safety nets. The reason why people aren't having kids is because everything's too damn expensive. Healthcare is expensive. Food is expensive. Housing is expensive. You don't get paid time off. Like none of you, the federal minimum wage is like dog shit. Like all you have to do is lean into these social safety nets, and people would have more kids. People don't want to have more kids because they can't afford to have more kids. But if this country made it where people could actually have more kids and live a good life, they would do it. They would absolutely do it. But you guys don't think about that. You just think about, oh, we need to make them have kids. That's like the stupidest shit ever.
I mean, look, liberals don't have as many children, right?
You're a liberal.
Liberals don't have as many children, right?
You're a liberal.
I'm not sure
Did
why
you know that?
What do you mean?
You're a liberal. You.
How's that?
Cool. Do you believe in individual liberties, like rights? Do you believe in rights?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Do you believe in capitalism? You know, being able to make money.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you believe in governmental representation, being able to vote for who you want in power?
I mean, that's how it is. Yeah.
You're a liberal. That's literally the definition of a liberal. So you're a liberal, bud.
I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Yeah, you just said liberals want to, and what I'm telling you is by the definition of a liberal, you are a liberal.
Conservatives also stand for those things.
That's because labeling someone as a quote unquote liberal doesn't mean what you think it means. It's not the own that you think. You calling people liberals isn't a thing. Like that's the point. So if you want to say Democrats, sure, but if you want to say liberals, you're a liberal.
Well, I don't think so.
That's literally the definite. Go use your Google machine. I have it up right here. That's the actual qualifications to be a liberal. You're a Libby. You're a goddamn Libby.
All right, but the point that I was making, fine, I shouldn't have said liberals, then I should have said Democrats, okay? The point being is that Democrats aren't really improving our economic state by having kids, right? They're not having
It's because
kids at the
everything's
same
so
rate.
fucking expensive. We just said that. Who wants to have kids when you can't even buy? Like, hey, did you know I made a video trying to troll MAGA, and I went to actually get like a pack, the cost for a pack of ramen noodles, and those shits used to be like 10 cents a pack. Did you know it's like 90 cents a pack now just for a pack of noodles? Like, everything's so fucking expensive. Healthcare is expensive. Living is expensive. Like, you know, I don't even like going outside because every time I go outside, I spend about $150 just to step on my front porch. Why would I want to have more kids if I can't even afford to feed myself? But liberals aren't reckless.
I mean, if you have money invested in the stock market, right, then you would.
There you go. All right. How many, you know what? Let me read these off really quick before you get into your stock market point, which we're going to talk about it. Debbie's in the chat for Devonna, who sent a $4 donation and said, hearing you say that you're used to that kind of racism made my heart hurt. I love you. I love you more. And when I say I'm used to it, not saying that I'm numb to it, but what I'm saying is, like, they can't fuck with me. That's what it is. Really. Debbie's in the chat for Diamond. Diamond sent a $2 donation, said, so he immigrated, but he wants mass deportation. Yeah, I remember that. Debbie's in the chat for Aaron, who sent a $2 donation saying, love you, keep fighting for democracy. Absolutely. Thank you so much for the two. Debbie's in the chat for Martin for the $2 donation. For the guests, legal deportations are done by sending persons back to the country they originated from. Trump is sending Hispanics to Ghana, Africa, sending them to Haiti or South America. He's sending people everywhere but where they were supposed to be sent to. Justify that. They can't. And that's literally it. W's in the chat for Emma for the $3 donation. Emma sent a $3 donation. Hey, Santana, I spoke to you recently, and we discussed how Trump was impacting international people. We talked about the immigration from Canada. Recently, I tried to cross the border and travel with a visa to attend a qualified Olympic event that was fingerprinted, and I was given and had to give B&A and then turned away. Now needing a waiver that will cost another at least $2,000 and waiting another couple of months, as well as signing that I was not associated with any cartels. Yesterday, it felt like a breath of fresh air in this scary time. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for that. That was a long message. Whew. But yeah, like, that's, again, another way that they're trying to keep immigration down. W's in the chat for Jackie for the $2 donation. As a woman, pregnancy and birth also takes a toll on the body, and that's another strong con for having kids. Exactly. It's the closest that women are to actually unaliving. W's in the chat for Susan for the $20 for celebration. Thank you so much for the $20, Susan. W's in the chat for sorry, I'm gonna catch up real quick. Amanda, $2 super chat to say Tom Ollie faster. Stop it, Amanda. That's why I was wondering. I didn't know who you were talking about. W's in the chat for Bob Wright for the $4.99 super chat to say, did anyone mention Kansas was the first state to reject Trump's redistricting maps? Go Kansas. I didn't see that, but fucking go. W's in the chat for the other disgusted veteran for the $5 super chat. I appreciate your deeper wisdom. Also, I thank you again for the kind words from my great nephew. It soothes me and makes more sense and more proud of him. I'm proud of him too. Seriously, I'm really proud of him. W's in the chat for Brittany for the $2 super chat to say, forcing people to have kids is zero benefit, asshole. Exactly. W's in the chat for Sophie, who sent a membership subscription. W's in the chat for Mad Scramble for the $9.99 super chat. If I had known in my 20s that Roe was going to be struck down, I would have gotten my tube side before having my kids. Many young women are doing the same now. Forced birth. Hey, fun fact, my aunt had her tubes tied and still had my youngest cousin afterwards. That's scary. W's in the chat for ATW, who sent a $27.99 super chat. Canadian, thank you so much for that. And W's in the chat for It's Taibei, who sent a $1.99 super chat to say, I literally pay $720 a month for one kid in daycare. Exactly. It's also expensive. Okay, guys, if anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted, anything's appreciated. If you're over on the YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Last but not least, guys, hit the follow button. This is the backup account, but we've been doing more debates on the backup account. Hit the follow button on the backup account and follow the main account. Follow both of them. Let me know when you follow both of them. All right, Council Culture, stock market. You have been wanting to talk about the stock market really, really bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and since June, right? If you had money invested, you'd be up what, at least 20%, maybe more. And that's just with the current trade deals that have been made, right? There's more that could be made to make the stock rise even higher, right? So that's where I was going with that.
Okay. Really important question for you. How much, what percentage of U.S. population is invested in the stock market that's not related to their 401k?
If I had to give you an honest number, probably, I don't know, 10%.
Yeah, it's super, super low. Super, super low.
What is it?
When it comes to having access to the stock market, it's 62%. 62% that has 401k, right? So 62% of Americans, based off of having 401k. For Americans without 401k, it dramatically drops down to 32%. So only 32% of the country outside of their 401k.
Yeah, but that's financial illiteracy. What it comes down to, right? They should be invested in it. They just aren't looking at the long-term, benefits of it.
No, Bud, you're missing it. You're missing it. It's not that like, oh, they just don't want to do it. What it is that they can't afford it. They can't afford it.
No, it's not about. I don't think it's about affordability, dude. Like if you
literally
if you
is. This is the next thing that I was just about to go to. As far as middle class, people who are considered middle class, and this is based off of, I got to find some more updated information because this is from 2019. Actually, hold on. Out of the U.S. the U.S. Holders of stocks, bonds, or mutual aids that are outside of the 401k, 35% of those people are middle or lower class. So the rest of the people that hold all the stocks that can trade within the stock market are all upper class. So the point that I'm making is the reason why people aren't investing in the stock market is because they can't afford to invest in the stock market. They don't have the money to do so.
You have like $20 extra you can invest in the stock market, right? Like any amount, like they have funds to invest. They just either are scared of the stock market, they don't understand it, or I don't think it's fully that they can't afford it. Like people have like
question
funds
for you,
to
Council
invest.
Culture. You specifically, Council Culture, if you, let's say you get paid and then you pay all of your bills and you have $100 left over, are you going to use that $100 to like buy groceries and maybe kind of entertain yourself? Or are you going to take that $100 and you're going to put it into the stock market? What are you going to do?
And once you build up an emergency fund, then
not talking about that. Not talking about that. What are you going to do with that $100? Are you gonna say fuck it, I'll eat later, or are you gonna buy stock, or are you gonna actually buy food?
Well, why are they working those jobs? You can easily quit and make more money at a different job, dude. It's not that difficult.
Are there more people unemployed right now, or more jobs open right now? Which one?
I couldn't tell you. I'm not sure.
I can. Take a guess, though. Why do you think I would bring that up? Do you think I would bring that up if there were more jobs open than there were people unemployed?
No. There's always there will always be unemployment, right? There's always going to be an unemployment rate.
But
even in the strongest economy.
Yeah. Did you know that the last time we were in a position that there were more people unemployed than there were jobs was when Donald Trump was last in office?
But there's always been an unemployment rate, right? Even
I'm
under
not talking about the unemployment rate. You said Why are they working those jobs? Just go get another job. What I'm telling you is this Trump administration has completely nixed that argument because yes, under Joseph Robinette Biden, you could have just said, hey, go get a new job. But Donald Trump has spiked the unemployment rate and caused there to be more people that are without a job versus people with a job. And so now you're just saying, go get another job.
No,
it's not that
Santana,
simple.
Well, then they probably were not in the correct industries, because if you're in a valuable industry that has a demand, you can just quit and find another job and increase your salary by like 25%. It's not that hard.
What statistical measure are you using? Why are you throwing numbers around? Show me where I can find that 25% that says if you're in a quote unquote valuable industry that you can just quit and get another job with 25% increase.
Dude, like the accounting.
No, show me where I can find that. Did you just made up that number? Tell me where I can find that number.
You're not going to be able to find the number because in practice,
you just made that up.
It holds true, dude.
It doesn't. You just pulled that out the fifis in your tum tum. You made that number up.
No, you're talking about these manufacturing jobs, these easy, low skill labor jobs. What I'm talking about is,
first of all, there's no such thing as a low skill labor job. Like that's weird when you guys say that, right? Have you ever worked on a farm?
No, because I had.
Okay,
why would I work in a farm?
Have you ever like planted a flower bed or a garden?
Yes, I have.
Did that seem like low skill in order to do that?
I mean, in terms of technical knowledge that you need, yeah, you don't need that much technical knowledge to achieve that. Right?
What's funny? I remember like at the height of COVID, I was one of those people who's like, holy shit, things are going to hell. I'm going to actually plant some gardens. So I did 4 raised gardens. I hate to say it. God damn it. I am not that person, chat. Just FYI. I know what you guys are thinking. And this is not a community garden. This was just a garden for me. So stop it. Anyway, I planted 4 raised gardens in my backyard, right? And I bought the wood from Home Depot. I looked up how to make it. I actually tilled the ground. I digged everything up. I planted the mulch, all this other stuff, like the rails. So I had cucumbers so the vines could grow up, all this other stuff. When I tell you that was the most physically taxing thing that I had ever done, ever, I was hurting for weeks after I did that. And I planted 4 raised garden beds, right? And the premise of being able to do that day in and day out, working on farms or working in the industry, the service industry, or working in any of those types of industry that you guys like to call low skill, that's a slap in the face, because those type of jobs are hard working jobs. Those people are hard working people. And for you guys to try to down those people, that's weird. That's weird.
It's physically demanding job. I understand that part. Okay. But it's not mentally demanding job. Mentally demanding jobs earn you more money, right? That's where you start using your brain more than you use your physical body, right? Those jobs pay more.
That doesn't matter. See, but this is the thing. Your premise that someone has more value or worth because they work a quote unquote mentally demanding job, that's wild, because the fact of the matter is, no matter what job you have in this country, in the richest country on earth, you should be able to have a livable wage. You shouldn't have to be a CEO just to afford healthcare. You shouldn't have to be, an investment banker just to make sure you don't have to stand in line at a food bank because your SNAP benefits are cut. We should not live in a country where there is a man that's on pace to be the first ever trillionaire, while we have unhoused veterans who don't even have shoes. That's a problem.
Look, what I'm saying is not foreign, right? Because Clinton, right? She said the same thing. They should be working those tech jobs. They should be aspiring for more than these menial labor jobs that don't pay enough.
I agree. You should aspire for that. How do you aspire for those things?
Well, first of all, you can go to community college. It's pretty much flat out free.
It's not.
Right?
It's literally not. It's literally not.
It was free.
When did you go?
I don't know, probably 10 years ago.
Exactly. It's not free. The price is skyrocketed. But even more than that, right? The premise that people should actually be going about educating themselves, like I agree, but the Republican Party doesn't agree, right? That's why they're trying to abolish the Department of Education. And that's why they're trying to bring back manufacturing jobs. Like literally, Donald Trump and the Republican Party want to create a larger working class instead of actually having people go into the math and science and STEMs. Like they're not investing in our education to allow people to make better decisions so they can have access to those higher paying jobs. They're literally just trying to create more worker bees. So what you're saying, the party that you support goes completely against that.
What state are you living in? Are you
Washington
telling me that
State.
you can go to and you can't go to community college for free? Is that what you're saying?
No. Why wouldn't we just make college free for everyone?
Well, no, because you have private colleges and stuff, right? Those are obviously going to cost more. But yeah, I think if you go to community colleges, it should be free. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not what you're saying that, but like literally the Republican Party is against free education. Do you know why? Do you know that we used to have free education here in the country? Did you know that?
I know. I'm a recipient of it.
No,
I'm aware.
No, not your premise of like free, but like actual free education. Like everyone could go to college and it would cost little to nothing unless you wanted to go to like some elite school. Did you know that?
When was that?
Prior to the passing of the Civil Rights Act. Now, I just gave you a context clue. I said prior to the passing of the Civil Rights Act, people could go to college for free. Hey, do you know why that changed?
No, I don't.
I gave you a context clue. Use your clues, bud.
You're telling me it's a race thing that they started charging?
It's always about race. Black people started gaining access to higher education after the Civil Rights Act. And since Black people started to gain access to higher education, then they started to price Black people out of higher education. Literally, Ronald Reagan made the change where state colleges were no longer free, and they started to price people out when more Black people started to get actual higher degrees. It's always about race. You guys say that we like to make things about race, but like it's always about race.
I didn't know that.
I know. That's why I told you. I got a couple of thank yous to read off. And we were talking about the stock market. 1 second. W's in the chat for Lance. Lance in a $5 donation saying the average American is considering having to drop insurance if subsidies don't pass. What part of culture makes this guy think that we have extra money laying around? Exactly. Absolutely right. 100% big facts. Holy smokes. W's in the chat for Anonymous. Anonymous in a $100 donation. Holy crap. W's in the chat for you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. That is awesome. W's in the chat for Lori for the $5 donation saying the guest is clueless. He needs a lesson in humanity. Hey, that's why it says right here they don't have humanity. W's in the chat for Mr. Cupcakes for the $5 donation. Says if everyone works these high skill jobs who will work, and then it's cut off. I'm assuming that you're gonna speak to like those critical jobs that we actually need, but I agree. Debbie's in the chat for Taylor for the $5 donation, saying people are making the most money they've ever have and still living check to check. That's true. Like that's literally true. People have never made this much money ever in the history of the U.S. and they're still living paycheck to paycheck. Community college, which I'm enrolled in, cost me $3,500 a semester and not even full time. This guy's privileged. Yes, he is. Debbie's in the chat for Morrow, who sent the $2 donation, saying Republicans are the ones who love to brag about the United States being home of the free, but they don't care if it's on a human rights watch list. They don't. Wild. Debbie's in the chat for Isabella for the $4 donation, saying, CCOT is shutting down, or I don't know, it's SLCUT, I don't know what that is. It's shutting down four daycare centers, 270 children and their families without child care. It was decided on, and no one noticed, it was decided by the county council and cut 2 million annual subsidies. But we should keep having children and working multiple jobs, right? Got it. Debbie's in the chat for Serena for the $5 donation, saying, I'm an engineer manager, power grid planning. I would love for the guests to show me where myself and many of my staff can go magically to find a job with 25% pay increase. So does he have any idea the money / time it takes to get a degree in a job like this? Exactly. Like, I don't know what he was talking about, but that's not reality. W's in the chat for Heather for the $5 super chat to say, it's easy to invest in the stock market when you're living from, it's super easy to invest in the stock market when you are living paycheck to paycheck. Exactly. W's in the chat for Evelyn for the $1.99 super chat to say, people need to stop bashing things off of experience, basing things off of experience. Holy smokes, my contacts is blurry. W's in the chat for all the donuts, guys. If anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and the links are in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you. Best way to support the live. Everything's accepted and things appreciated. It looks like Dark Star sent a trophy cake over on the YouTubes. That's wild. Holy smokes. And here sent a 2 jewels. I didn't know you guys could send stuff like that on YouTube. That's cool. Yeah, sorry. Cancel culture. The stock market, your premise that the stock market is like doing anything.
No, there's one thing I want to say. I am not privileged, right? I just took advantage of what the system had in place. Things like Pell Grant, things like grants. If your family doesn't make enough money to afford to get to a state where I'm at, right? And people also have these options, right? It's not like.
What I'm saying though is that like the party that you voted for is literally taking those options and opportunities away from people, right? Like the thing that you said helped you, they're now being taken away so other people can't have those opportunities that you just said that you have. They're taking those opportunities from people.
Federal loans are not going away. They're not like, it's not like they don't exist.
They're becoming more predatory.
They capped it at 60.
They're making it more predatory. They're making federal loans more predatory. Donald Trump and the Trump administration has removed the protections that were in place for students and for student loan goers. And so now the interest rate skyrockets, the payback rate skyrockets, the actual way that they target like veterans who get VA loans, it skyrockets. They literally removed all the protections that people have when it came to getting those type of loans. So why should people want those?
You pay back loans based on how much money you make. That hasn't changed. That's
not true. That's not true. And then also, we're not talking about just the principal. What's the point of paying back a loan for 20 years and you never touch the principal and you're only paying interest? How does that even make sense?
Dude, the only reason I even brought this up, right, is just that to show that American workers who aren't making enough, who are living these paycheck to paycheck lives, have another option to get out of that lifestyle.
They don't.
And that they do, dude. Community college, you can get federal loans for community college that is like community college is what, like under 10K a year? Probably less than that. I'm just saying that there's other ways for people to get out of the life cycle of poverty.
Depending on the state, and this is from let's see, the Department our Education Data and Incentive, and this is as of October 2025. The actual annual tuition costs can range anywhere from $9,845 to $20,091 for in-state community college.
For a community college.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, so you just have to.
And it's higher if you go to a private. I didn't know there was such thing as a private community college, but apparently, if you go to a private community college, it's even higher. So the point that I'm saying is your whole premise that community college is free is completely wrong. Like not even close to being right.
Maybe you have to take some loans out. Okay, it's a short-term thing that
people are in student loan debt and they can't get out of student loan debt. And then Donald Trump and his administration are literally hurting people. Like when you okay, cool. Let's say that you take out a student loan, right? What is the number one loan? Or I'll give you that hint. What's the number one loan? Or not loan? I'm sorry. Number one debt that actually cause people to become unhoused?
Car loan debt?
Nope.
I have no idea.
Healthcare debt is the number one reason people are unhoused, right? And so, one, the Trump administration is removing already protections around healthcare. So with them removing protections and kicking people off of their healthcare, you're telling me that they're supposed to go out and take out a loan for student loans, but then there's a possibility they're going to run into additional healthcare debt, which leads to being unhoused. How does any of this make sense, bud? How does that make sense? That sounds like a recipe for failure.
Well, I think it depends on the health issue, right? Because if it's something that the ER can handle, you can probably do that for free by not, you don't have to give your social security and then you just don't get charged, right? If it's a long-term health thing, then yeah.
Wait, so your premise is that in order to get access to healthcare, it should be something that we can basically scam hospitals out of. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that's just how it works, right? That's how it works, right? If
how
it's
does any of this make sense to you?
No, I hear you saying it.
Are you just to be honest right now? Are you just trying to cobble together an argument, or do you actually believe the stuff that you're saying? Because the stuff that you're saying is wild.
No, I hear what you're saying, that it does sound wild. It's just I didn't think about it like that. That's just how it works.
You're trying to justify your stance, but if you actually take a step back and look at your stance is kind of crap.
Yeah, you're right. Healthcare is a big issue. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
All I'm saying is that the idea that you can just go take out a loan, one, it's super privileged, right? Because not everyone has access to those loans. Two, and a lot of times when you are able to get those loans are discretionary, and certain people are disproportionately affected by those loans, right? We're given higher interest rates or lower amounts. And then also, three, when you combine that with the additional pressures of our current country, right? It's all a recipe for disaster. And then Donald Trump is removing the protections around not only student loans, but the protections around medical debt being able to be reported to your credit score, right? So if now they can add those medical debts back to your credit score, like that's another negative impactor that keeps you from being able to get stuff like home loans. Hey, what's the best way for people to actually create generational wealth?
Stock market?
Nope.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. I know you want to say that because you think the stock market is such a key, but it's not.
It's 7 to 9% increase in your wealth.
Home ownership, Brad. Literally, home ownership is literally the way to generational wealth. If you can get lucky. No, it literally is. That's the most proven way to create generational wealth is home ownership. So now everything that you're advocating for is antithetical to being able to purchase a home. Like none of this makes sense. Like None of this stuff that you're saying makes any sense together. I know it might sound like a win in a silo, but when you put all of it together and you live in the real world, like none of the shits makes it, and none of it makes sense.
Dude, I will admit that yes, there are certain parts that don't make sense, right? The healthcare part that doesn't make sense. I hear what you're saying there, right? But I think in terms of the educational route that I stated, I think there's some sense to that.
It doesn't.
I think because all these people who are claiming to live paycheck to paycheck, right? Like what are their jobs, right? Like working at a CVS or something, it's not like they haven't entered the corporate world, right? And if you enter the corporate world, you wouldn't have these many issues.
That's not true. Corporate America is taking a backseat as well. People are losing their jobs hands over fist. Like literally, Amazon cut white collar jobs. Literally, most of these no, it's not even about AI. That's the funny thing. They're not cutting these these white collar jobs to replace them with AI. Did you know? Fun fact for the 2.3 thousand people here. Did you know the reason why Amazon is cutting their staff? It's not because they're replacing them with AI, because the AI to replace them doesn't even exist yet. They're replacing them because of fixed costs. Literally, Amazon needs to find more fixed costs to cut so they can purchase more chips for AI. And the Amazon AWS as a whole has very thin margins as far as revenue, and they don't have the ability to blow any of their actual margins. And so in order to actually be able to purchase more chips from companies like NVIDIA for AI, they're firing people who have fixed costs. So they're not even replacing the people with AI. They're replacing people to purchase chips for AI. It's not even that. So again, these companies who are trying to purchase these chips to stay ahead of AI, and everybody's underwater. Oracle is what, fucking $500 million underwater. Like these people are firing people in order to buy chips, not even to institute AI, but just to buy chips. But my whole point is you're talking about these white collar jobs, and people who have these degrees that have these white collar jobs are literally losing these white collar jobs.
All right, then maybe I'm just looking at my own industry where this is not happening.
So that's privilege.
It's earned privilege, right?
That's the most arrogant shit I have ever heard in my life. Earned privilege. Wow. Earned privilege.
Yeah, I didn't come from a privilege
background. Privilege. Holy fuck.
I had to work my way up the ladder, dude. It didn't come easy.
Earned privilege.
Dude,
I'm just telling you, fuck everyone else.
No. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I said at all. I gave ways that they can also earn it, right?
And your ways, I've literally shot down all of your ways. Your ways don't make sense. It doesn't. It doesn't make sense. We've already been through that.
In certain states, maybe it doesn't, right? In certain states, it does, right? Is that fair to say? Certain states do provide you with the financial ability to attend colleges. Certain states don't. Okay, I'll give you that, dude. That's I'm breaking bread here, man.
You know that's why, like, you see this point right here. What does that say?
I see what it says.
You guys don't have humanity. Like,
It is.
you guys
This is
lack
why-
humanity. Like, this is wild. W's in the chat for Lance. Lance, thank you so much for the $1 donation. Saying I worked 60 hours a work week and live paycheck to paycheck. Please guess please ask the guest if he thinks I should quit my job and starve my family and go to college, or should I just not sleep? What do you think he should do?
I mean,
Which one do you
go
think
to college overnight? You can go to college after hours, right? And it'll take longer.
Lance, thank you for the $1. He's saying that you should just not sleep. That's the answer, Lance. He's saying just don't sleep. W's in the chat for Chesney. Chesney sent a $1 donation saying guest doesn't even know how privileged he is to live in New York. Sunny/Cunny. I don't know what that is. SUNY and CNNY. What does that stand for?
SUNY. It's a state university of New York.
Oh, SUNY and CUNY. Okay. Is the most affordable system in the country. These red states don't even have paid maternity leave, yet he thinks they'll pay for community college for residents. Yes, like these states don't care about their residencies. Their residents, like at all. W's in the chat for Gerard. Gerard sent a $5 donation saying, guess is full of shit. I've worked in corporate America for 10 years. I'm 41 and finally not living paycheck to paycheck. Exactly. W's in the chat for Gerard. Thank you so much for that 10. W's in the chat for for the 100 joules. I don't know what that is, but W's in the chat for that. Also, Olivia for the floating heart for 10 joules. W's in the chat for Brittany for the $2 super chat to say, I don't have time or money for community college. Shut the fuck up. W's in the chat for Brittany. W's in the chat for Heather for the $5 super chat to say, I have a high IQ and a master's degree, and I'm living in the country. I'm leaving the country in May because I can't survive here. I'll be valued in other countries. Exactly. W's in the chat for Feisty, who sent out 5 membership subscriptions over on the YouTubes. And W's in the chat for Leo for the $5 super chat to say, if everyone should leave their CVS to make more money, who's going to work at CVS? Retail workers deserve a livable wage and not to starve. Exactly. Like, that's the whole point that I've been trying to make. Like, just because you don't have that does not mean that you should have to leave. W's in the chat for Serena, who sent a $5 donation to say, where does the guest expect to buy his toilet paper if he doesn't think CVS is a valuable job? I hope he doesn't go shopping in any brick and mortar store then, since those jobs shouldn't exist either by your logic. Exactly. W's in the chat for Haley for the $1 donation. This guy keeps giving a roundabout. What isn't understandable is that life should never be this hard for none of us. Exactly. It shouldn't be this hard. It should not. And also W's in the chat for Kira for the $10 donation, saying, guess is embarrassing. Privilege does not mean everything comes easily to you. You can be privileged and still struggle. If you're white, it just means you didn't struggle because of your race. Considering pretty privilege is if you're too dense to understand that. Thank you so much for the $10. And also, Madison, thank you so much for the 5. I went to school to become a physician assistant and join the medical field so I can help people. And I'm in over $200,000 in debt. Exactly. W's in the chat for Jennifer for the $20 donation. This guy's a ladder puller. How many kids does he have, and can he throw money into the market? Do you have kids, cancel culture?
No, I don't. Not yet.
That makes perfect sense. That's why you're saying, oh, invest in. Holy shit, that was a good call, Jennifer. Jennifer, you clocked that one. W's in the chat. Guys, if anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you're over on the YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Also, guys, make sure you hit that follow button. This is the backup account. If you look up here and you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. Hit that follow button right there. Hit the follow button. Also, follow the main account. We're bouncing back and forth on both accounts doing debates. So if you want to actually catch me, make sure you follow both accounts and also turn on your notifications. Cancel culture, I guess, just to kind of bottom line it, right? Because I feel like the actual point has been missed. The ship has been missed. Like all of it has been missed. People can't afford to live. And your premise behind people should just invest in the stock market and they'll be better. Like this administration, the actual person that you support is vehemently going against all of that and harming everyday people. Like, how can you stand by any of that?
Santana, I don't know people who struggle, right? Nobody I know struggles, right? They're all pretty well off, and they're doing, just fine in this economy or, last economy, and so, everyone I knew went to college, right? Everyone I know is doing successful based off their education. So, to me,
I got to read this off because I feel like this is a perfect time. Debbie's in the chat for Laura for the $2 donation. Laura sent a $2 donation, said, I think I can speak for everyone. I say, go fuck yourself. Holy smokes. That was so privileged for you to say that everyone that you know isn't struggling. So does that mean that there's no people struggling, or should people not be struggling? I'm so confused by that. Was a wild statement.
No, I mean, but you can understand my position where everyone I know went to college. Everyone doesn't have an issue with paycheck to paycheck thing, right? So logically, it makes sense. If you go to college, you wouldn't struggle either, right? Because that's all I've seen, right? Everyone I've seen, anyone who went to college, they're doing just fine now, right? So to me, it's like, if you don't have the college education, then yeah, maybe you're struggling paycheck to paycheck. I get it. But at the same time, because that's all I've seen, I feel like that's the way out. I feel like people wouldn't have to suffer if they took that road.
Did you know that there's other like social safety nets that help lift people out of poverty? How do you feel about SNAP benefits?
I feel like we have too many people on it. Like we shouldn't as a country have that many people on it, because it's pointing to, a systemic issue somewhere.
Did you know over the last 10 years that 30% of people have been lifted off of poverty or lifted out of poverty due to having access to SNAP benefits?
No, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, literally these social safety nets, the thing that you just railed against and said that it's not a good thing, the actual ability, the way that we support people in our society, these social safety nets literally pull people out of poverty. All those boots and the straps and all the pulling that you guys like to do, if we actually invest in those social safety nets, then it actually helps people. It literally does the thing that you're saying, instead of giving them badass advice like just go to college or just invest in stocks. None of that makes sense.
I mean, I agree with you on the stock part. I will strongly disagree on the college part. I mean, dude, I've seen, I'm telling you, everyone I've seen who's gone to college, they're fine. Like they're doing just fine right now, man. It's maybe it's coming off as privilege, I guess people are saying, but it's, I mean, I'm just saying there's an option out there, right? And I guess maybe it depends on what state you live in. And it's not fair. It shouldn't be that way. I get that. I understand that.
What I'm telling you is that even if you want to talk about like the way that even if you were trying to say like, this is what I did and this should be replicated, right? Even if you wanted to say that, even if people wanted to take your advice and say, you know what, the way that cancel culture did it, I'm going to do it. Right.
Yeah.
The vote that you made is taking away the ability for people to do that. So how can you sit up here and talk about doing the way that you did it when the person that you voted for and the party that you support is taking away other people's access to do what you did? How does that even make sense? W's in the chat for Rachel for the $1 donation, saying, I lost all my savings, $15K for school to a sudden chronic illness. I can now only work part-time. I walk a fine line to not let my illness get worse and at most unalive me again, almost unalive me again. Exactly. W's in the chat. Thank you so much for that $1 donation, Rachel. You're amazing. And like, I think that like it's being missed. W's in the chat for Gerard for the $5 donation saying education does not always mean everything. I have a master's degree from a top 20 nationally ranked university. I struggle paycheck to paycheck for another 10 years exactly. W's in the chat for Kyra, who's sent a $2 donation. Wrong. As a 24-year-old, I have plenty of friends who went to college who are struggling and other friends who did not go to college and who are making more money than me. We all live different circumstances. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's missed. W's in the chat for Katie for the $10 donation saying, I can't educate myself out of poverty. I have a criminal record, not a felony. And even though it's been 11 years, no one will hire me. 23% of American adults have criminal records. Exactly. That's because the country doesn't believe in reforming people. They just believe in like incarcerating and detaining people. W's in the chat for Serena for the $2 donation. Could you ask the guest how he and all his friends paid for college? Did any of them take out student loans? Do you want to answer that
half
question?
of them. Half of them probably, or maybe less than half.
W's in the chat for Gerard for the $10 donation. I spent 2 years with a master's degree unemployed in Atlanta while submitting my 40 resumes a week. I still lived, I'm still alive because of SNAP. I think people don't like get that. And that's the disheartening part. W's in the chat for Chelsea for the $5 donation that said, clock this guy, clock it, this guy's a boomer. I'm a millennial with 2 degrees and I'm barely making it. How old are you? That's what I was about to say. How old are you?
I'm 35. I'm not a boomer.
What are we even talking about? W's in the chat for Phil for the $2 donation. So he thinks everyone can just go to college and then there are enough jobs for college educated people.
Yeah.
Where's the magical job market? It's not. I just told you that literally there's more people looking for a job than there are jobs.
Brother, you go on LinkedIn jobs. There's like a fucking million jobs
There's
out
more people unemployed than there are jobs available in this country.
Yes, because they don't have the skill level needed for the jobs
I'm
that
not
are
talking
available.
about the skill level. I'm talking about the unemployed people versus the amount of jobs that are available.
But I think that number would be different if you look at the people who have college degrees who are also unemployed, right? If you take that number and then look at it, it's going to be dramatically lower than people who don't have one, right? I think that's a safe statement to make, right?
It's
I mean,
not.
that's proven
It's
by
not.
facts.
It's literally, it's not. Stop saying stuff is proven if you don't actually have any type of empirical data to like prove your point. That's not true. W's in the chat for Noah for the $1 donation. My girlfriend has 2 degrees from community college and has a technical degree, and she's been unable to find a job in her field. College degree does not equate success. Exactly. W's in the chat for Lavender for the $2 donation. Not everyone has the same opportunity. Exactly. W's in the chat for Braylon for the $10 donation saying, dude lives in a glass house, so unbelievably naive. Exactly. W's in the chat for Haley for the $1 donation. I'm a 32-year-old woman who has cerebral palsy and uses a wheelchair and live alone. I'm unable to work because of my needs. I have no choice but to use government assistance. Tell the guests to look out. Himself and have empathy. Exactly. You don't have empathy. W's in the chat for Kelly for the $2 donation. Does the guest not watch the news or read paper? My wife and I are teachers in student loan debt, and we accrued it for our jobs. Exactly. W's in the chat for Elizabeth for the $5 donation. 2 college degrees, corporate jobs, still busting my ass paycheck to paycheck. Most people are. W's in the chat for Laura for the $2 donation. I have a full-time job. My husband works full-time. I have 2 kids. I have a house, 2 cars. We should be very well off, but insurance goes up, mortgage goes up, flood insurance goes up, daycare costs goes up. Life fucking happens, moron. W's in the chat for Cynthia for the $2 donation. I went to college. I have 2 degrees, and I've been a single parent for my daughter's 27 years, and I'm struggling. W's in the chat for Cassandra for the $5 donation. How much does he think a 2-year degree pays?
No, I get it. Sure. I
How
know
much do you
that
think a 2-year degree pays?
It's gonna pay less than a 4-year degree. Yeah, sure. I understand that. But normally what you do is you go to community college for 2 years, then you transfer to university. You do the rest of your time. You've saved money by going to community college, and then you get your 4-year university degree, and then you go on and you work a corporate job. First year, you're making probably $80,000, and then, and within 4 years, you're probably up to like 150,000.
W's in the chat for Maisie. If he's okay with money, can he not donate to your message got cut off? W's in the chat for Lexi for the $2 donation. I've gone to school for 3 specialties and I make above minimum wage, and I have a son. We're living paycheck to paycheck as a single parent. $100 barely gets 2 bags of groceries, and daycare is $325. Yeah, he can actually, take that position because he doesn't have kids. Like it's all of this is just like it's so it's super privileged.
Dude, the starting wage, if you're, let's say you're an accountant, the starting wage is like right off the bat is 80 grand. That's just what you start at.
So if
right?
everybody's an accountant, if everyone's an accountant, then who's doing the other jobs?
No, I get that, but I'm talking to the people who are currently in that situation. They can look at a job like that. And then you're making 80K right off the bat, right? And maybe probably only in a major city, maybe not in other cities. I'm not sure, but dude, I sympathize with people who struggle, and I just think that maybe they didn't consider this route, right? Maybe because they're living paycheck to paycheck, they didn't have time to think there's another way to do it. And that's all I'm saying, right? I'm not out to get my fellow American. I'm not out to get them or some shit. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do.
Well, yeah, but see, the point that I'm making is like you lack empathy. You lack empathy because you like the position you take is one that's like it's very single-minded. It's very like self-righteous. I mean, for like the thoughts that like everyone should just be able to do it. Like it's wild. And then like we've already established, you don't even have kids, right? You don't have kids. So it's not like you have one of the indicators that you've already talked about that like we had this conversation around why people aren't having kids, but yet you want people to invest in the stock market and you want them to go to school and all this other stuff. And like all along we're sitting here talking about how people can't even live. Like none of that makes sense.
But the college part comes before kids, really. It should be when you're, 18, 19 years old. That's when you go to college, right? Right out of high school.
Most people don't go to college right after high school. Some people take a gap year. Like, it's a lot. Marie, are you a Trump supporter? Marie, are you a Trump supporter?
No.
Drop you. The only reason I check, guys, there's a bunch of people in the request. If you are not a Trump supporter, please get out of the request. We're not talking to friendlies. We're not talking to friendlies. There's a bunch of people in the request. If you are a friendly, if you are not a Trump supporter and you look down and you see like the gray at the bottom, then you got to go ahead and get out of the box. We're not talking to friendlies. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. If you see the gray at the bottom, that means you are in the request and that means you are a Trump supporter. Please do not request up. If you are not a Trump supporter, we are not talking to friendlies. We are only looking for some debates, guys. Like the box is filled with friendlies, and I was just checking that, and like let's make sure that if we are in the box, we are only looking for some debates.
Dude, I agree with the gap year mainly because in that gap year when you work retail jobs, you understand how much it sucks, and then that inspires you to not want to live that way, right? And then that's where you go to college and not.
Quiet Storm, are you a Trump supporter?
Cleared away. The first shot was blocked. The second shot was blocked. You spit the Marcel.
I don't know what that was about. I think the overarching issue is that you think that like we should have the way that people could have a better life is if I didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to send that. The way that people can have a better life is by improving those things that the Democratic Party, that the people on the left advocate for. And if you even just stop for a second and engage in the fact that everything that you're saying that you're advocating for is being strucken down by the Republican Party. Like literally your vote goes against what you say that you stand for and the way that you're advising people to have a better life. So you can't, the way that you sit here and the way that you sit here and say like you think that people should just be able to do the things, like it's wild. W's in the chat for Cat. Cat sent $1 donation saying, what will it cost for you to kick this guy? Nothing, Cat. If you want him gone, we'll kick him. I'm not gonna make anybody pay to kick him. Like we're not gonna do that. I would just really love for you to engage with this one thing for me. Seriously. Think about this. More people, with your vote, more people have lost access to healthcare, food, bodily autonomy, education, clean air and water. And not just in the United States. Yes, we can talk about the people within the United States, but the people all around the world. With your vote and your support, people have literally lost access to the better life that you think that people should have. How can you justify that?
Look, I see what you're saying. I get it. You know, I get it. I understand. No, I get it. I guess overall.
That's it. Just you get it. You understand. That's it.
No, I see what you're saying in terms of him being detrimental, more so than helping, right? Because not many people invest in the stock market, so they're not getting the benefit side of it. They're just getting the other side of it. I get it. I hear you. You know, I would reconsider whether I'd vote for him in 2028.
What the fuck did you just say?
I'm kidding. I would reconsider the prior vote that I made based on what I know now. And
you know what? Being honest, I think that like was one of the most genuine things that you said, and I can respect you for that. So thank you for saying that. And since you did, I'm gonna let you go, but I don't want you to leave on a bad note because you and I have been talking for a while, and you seem pretty genuine. So I'm gonna do something that I don't normally do for ops. I normally do this for friendlies. But how about I show you a magic trick?
I know where this is going. Let's see it.
What are we even doing, people? What are we even doing? I don't know. I don't know, people. I don't know. They're cooked. We're cooked. Kofi, are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, man.
You are? Kofi, you teacup. Are you there? Kofi, you're literally a teacup. Kofi going once. Kofi going twice. All right, I'm going to drop you down. If you're still there, you can come back. If you're still there, you can come back. Guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. Guys, hey, look up at the top. If you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. That means you're not following me. Hit that follow button. Hit that follow button and turn on your notifications. This is the backup account. We're doing more debates on the backup account as well. So hit that follow button, but also follow the main account. Like follow both of them. Let me know when you follow both of them because we are jumping back and forth. We're doing debates and we're jumping back and forth between both of them. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. Is it Kaylee? Kaylee?
It's It's actually Khalili. It's actually Lily. But
Lily.
sorry about that,
Lily.
Santana. I was tapping the screen and I saw it and I was trying to disconnect and you brought me up before I could. But keep
No
up
worries.
a good job. I first saw you on Brian Rundle's live and I've been following you in ever since.
All right. No worries. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You followed back up. Thank you so much. You said, wait, you said, you're not Dean or Parker. Okay. What gave it away? Is it because I'm black? It's got to be because I'm black. Damn it. I thought I could hide the fact that I'm not Dean or Parker. Shit. You got me. Really quick, there's a lot of people that sent a lot of donations because they were trying to get messages across to that. There's 29 donations here. There's 29 donations here. Guys, I'm not going to be able to read every one of these off, but I do want to say thank you. So I'm sorry, but I'm going to go through and say thank you to everyone. Martin, thank you so much for the 2. Clarissa, thank you so much for the 1. Amy, thank you so much for the 5. Tip, thank you so much for the 5. What up, Tip? Allie, thank you so much for the 2. I hope you're having a great day. Ugh. I remember when I got my wisdom teeth removed. This sucked. Phil, what up, Phil? Again, Phil, thank you so much for the 2. Let's see here. Jimmy, thank you so much for the 10. Funny, most people who have went to college don't even work in their own field of study. Exactly. Period. Not that Phil, guys. Kira, thank you so much for the 2. You're awesome. Brandon, thank you so much for the 1. I love you more. Crane, thank you so much for the 10. Having over $100,000 in student loan debt is like wow, but people have that. Like people absolutely have that and they don't get it. Faith, thank you so much for the 1. I really appreciate it. SNAP benefits are so important. Patty, thank you so much for the 5. It's wild that they don't want people to have access to like even bodily autonomy. Sarah, thank you so much for the 2. Kyra, thank you so much for the 2. Yeah, like people don't understand, like when you start looking for a job, it's not like you just apply one time and like you're done. It's so much to it. Like that's so disingenuous for people to say that. Like that's a bunch of bull crap. Bull crap. I caught myself, guys. W's in the chat for Michael. Thank you so much for the 1. Educational counseling. Thank you so much for the 5. Laura, thank you so much for the 1. Allie, thank you so much for the 5. Fuck that guy. Exactly. Lance, thank you so much for the 1. I hate like that whole bootstrap thing. Like for them to pretend like that everyone has boots to grab the straps and they can just start pulling. Like that's so stupid. That's so stupid and that's so disingenuous. Like what are we even talking about? Lexi, thank you so much for the 2. Yeah, I knew he was lying about that as far as how much it actually like how much starting jobs are. Serena, thank you so much for the 2. Connor, thank you so much for the 2. Maisie, thank you so much for the 2. You wanted to put you through college? Yeah, we should have actually see if you would have done that. Exactly. Carrie, thank you so much for the 2. Angie, thank you so much for the 5. He was super uninformed and selfish. Phil, thank you so much for the 1. David, thank you for the 111. I love magic as well. Sheila, thank you so much for the 10. Compare median income house costs from 2025 to 2015. They never look at that. And Ian, thank you so much for the 1. Wait, you're not Parker? No, I'm not. Surprise, surprise. I know there's a bunch over on YouTube that I need to catch up with as well, but we got Kofi up here. Kofi, you said that you are a Trump supporter, right?
Yeah, this is Kobe. I'm just on my brother's account here.
Kobe, what are you doing up here?
Nah, I have something to say, man. I'm just wondering what your thoughts were about the recent election here in New York. I don't know if that's your topic of conversation.
Yeah. What do you think, Kobe?
Well, I don't agree with it. Being someone that got you double taxed.
I can't understand what you're saying because you're eating something.
I am. I'm sorry. Being someone that gets double taxed both in New Jersey and New York. Definitely not it's not a good thing, but you know, I'm willing to see what you have to say. I believe.
I think that it's and I think it's indicative as far as the way that the country's trending and the fact that like people are tired of the billionaire and the actual people that pretend that they care about working people when they really don't. And
wait, but
I think
so
it's
I'd like
a
to
shift.
I think we forget this narrative that, you know, or like although that may I don't completely agree with that narrative, but there's also another side of it that the billionaires do help out a lot. Like they contribute a lot to New York's economy, being the second largest in the US. I mean, they feed a ton of people, a ton of families, no matter the location. And to be
Do you
completely
think you can be a
honest,
billionaire and be ethical?
um, um, like yes and no. I think
How
that's a
yes and
very
no?
well, because I think that's a complex answer to like unpack, right? Like, I'll put it like this. Like usually, I mean, so let's say I like start a business like 30 odd years ago, and let's say certain business practices from you know, 30 years ago aren't necessarily quote unquote ethical in today's day, but yet that's how they made their money. Um, I don't think you can look at that person and say he's unethical. That's just because, you know, during that time when he made his money or how during that time where a substantial amount of his wealth began to accumulate, that was just like a normal practice at the time. Does that sort of make sense? Like I believe, you know, I think certain practices that most billionaires utilize to accumulate their wealth, um, you know, occurred during a time where things weren't, you know, things are a lot different nowadays. I do
Yeah,
believe
I
there are
completely disagree.
unethical. I do believe there
I
are
completely
unethical.
disagree. I think that the premise that in order to become a billionaire, you have to have exploited someone in some way, right? So just saying that, oh, there's different ways that you can make money and all this other stuff, like that's not what it is. Like you have had to have taken advantage of someone in order to amass that amount of wealth. And then when you even talk about that amount of wealth, you have to acknowledge like the wealth gap, right? The disparities in like people actually even being able to live where other people are living in excess.
Well, sorry for the chewing gum. I'm gonna try and stop here, but I mean, we live in a world nowadays where someone along the line of the chain is being exploited, no matter if you're a billionaire, millionaire, or if you're just a middle class citizen, right? No matter what, in some aspect of your life, your means of surviving is as a result of someone else's exploitation. Do you agree or disagree with that?
And say
So
it one more
now,
time. Sorry. Say what you just said one more time.
that's in today's
Because you, I mean, you
society.
have a mouthful of food, and I can't really
Sorry, hold on.
understand you.
Let me stop. Hold on. Let me mute for 2 seconds.
Yeah, while you do that, a couple of thank yous. Let me go through these super chats. W's in the chat for Just Alpha for the 5. Thank you so much, caller. I went to community college and I have zero debt. I got a job I wanted most while enlisting in the Army Guard. I'm very fortunate. Stop projecting. Exactly. Friend people, thank you so much for the 100. The 2 jewels. Friend of people, another 2 jewels, and Feisty. Thank you so much for. I need to figure out what these jewels things are over on YouTube. I didn't know that was a thing. It's Ty Bit. Sent a $4.99 super chat to say my husband has has a master's and got laid off from his white collar job. Literally no jobs. Exactly. Feisty, thank you so much for the 100 jewels. Heather, thank you so much for the $2 super chat to say, can you ask if he's okay with free college? He wasn't. W's in the chat for Stacy for the $1.99. Food is not a privilege or luxury. It's not. Evelyn, thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat to say, what's his opinion on DEI? I can already tell
Me?
you, and I didn't need to ask him. No, this is old. I'm catching up.
Okay.
Brendan, thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat to say, I manage a dispensary and live from paycheck to paycheck. Exactly. Damo, thank you so much for the 5. As an IT manager, I made 18 an hour getting out of college, and it took me 5 years to make 80K. This MF is out of touch. Exactly. Feisty, thank you so much for the 5. Yes, he was gross. California, thank you so much for 5. Who's going out? So who's going to change our tires, bag our groceries? Do you think they deserve living wage? And exactly, livable wages. That's what it's about. The bot, thank you for $4.99 super chat. Bro needs to touch grass and realize that not everyone is privileged as he is. It's so ignorant. Get out of fantasy land. Keep crushing it, Santana. I'm gonna try. Thank you. W's in the chat for Nathan for the $5 super chat to say IDK if you can stream YouTube and YouTube Shorts at the. Oh, I didn't know you could stream the YouTube and YouTube Shorts at the same time, but YouTube Shorts is annoying for YouTube Premium because you can't turn off your phone screen and listen. That's why I didn't know, but I set it up because I saw it. So I don't know. W's in the chat. Guys, if anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted, anything's appreciated. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Guys, make sure you hit that follow button. Hit that follow button. If you look up at the top, you see the word follow. And that means you don't follow me. Hit that follow button. And then also make sure you follow the main account. Follow both of them, right? Follow both of them. Also, Carletta, if you are still watching, request up for me. Carletta, if you're still watching, if you don't mind, can you hop in the guest request?
Jeez, why is everyone actually going? I didn't know I was gonna get called up. I just had a mouth full of food. I'm sorry. I know it's disrespectful, but like I was saying before, I think we live in a society where somewhere along the food or not the food chain, someone along the chain will and is getting exploited. No matter if you're a billionaire, millionaire, or middle class citizen, I think your means of life, someone along the lines is getting exploited. So I think that was just a matter of at what scale is that exploitation happening. So I don't think it's necessarily a case of whether or not exploitation is good, because I think our the way we survive is practically. I don't like it to be that way, but ever since the beginning of time, it's been that way. So it's not like that's going to be completely like eradicated. Like that's just the way things are. I'm not saying that I completely agree with it, but like I said, it's been the thing since the beginning of time. So now it's just the question of at what scale is that exploitation happening? And obviously, if you are managing a large portion of people, that exploitation might happen at a larger scale. Obviously, there are ways to mitigate it. There's different ways to get around that, and I think that's a separate conversation to be had. But whether or not, I don't think it's just like a billionaire problem where exploitation occurs, or like
it is because and W's in chat for Phil for the $2 donation. Many sources are saying 40 billion a year would end world hunger by 2030. Where are the billionaires on that exactly? Like literally, like Elon Musk said that if someone brought him a credible plan to end world hunger, then he would do so. And they created a whole plan, brought it to him, and just right. So the point that I'm trying to make is like these billionaires are exploiting the resources of people. You can talk about the people that you're saying is exploitative for anyone to actually live and survive, but that's not true. Like that's
it is true. If you really unpack it, it is true. Like think about it. Literally, if you think about it, it is very true. I mean, how can you deny it? And like I said, since the beginning of time, that's been the case. It's never changed.
Yeah.
Somewhere else, someone or
did you want to say something to Kobe?
Yeah, I'm just on my brother's account. Hello, Miss Shante.
You're still being ridiculous.
Yeah.
I no, come on.
Kind of really are.
I will do my very best to listen, but I am picking up Bubba from school, and I was talking to his teacher, so I kind of missed that.
It's okay. It's okay.
I don't have much to say to the child.
Okay.
No,
I
come
thought you might have
on.
wanted to
I'm
actually talk to
22.
him.
Well, you're super young and you still have a lot to
I
learn
do. I
and
do. I do.
yeah, but you don't seem that you're like willing to actually learn.
No,
You kind of want to argue the majority of
no,
things.
I 100%. I just don't. I'd like to challenge certain narratives. I think that's just,
But why? Why be a
so
contrarian just to
that's
be contrarian?
no, no. I'd like to challenge certain narratives to find the actual truth, to see what I actually believe in. I think hence why I believe I am willing to learn. I'm only 22, but
But
I
a lot
think.
of the things that you argue are
Mhm.
subjective and actually aren't something that's going to be based in empirical
Well,
truth.
I think I have like, not to be ignorant here, but I think I do have like not a unique subjective experience, but like I've been lucky enough to live on both sides of the quote unquote spectrum. So I feel like I do have like a and
A unique perspective, maybe?
sure, maybe, but that doesn't mean I'm not willing to learn. Like I've experienced both sides. So like, I think just based off of that nature, like I'm even more susceptible to learning. I like to question a lot of things a lot more.
Okay, so I have a question for you. All right, I'm
Hmm.
not exactly sure what you and Santana have discussed. Also, I may robot in just a moment, so we'll see what happens. But
Hmm.
access to food, is that a right or a privilege?
Access to food is that's a right. Sorry.
Okay, is a right.
Hmm.
Okay, it is a right. I agree with you. So we agree there. All right. So when two federal judges demanded, so they ordered Donald
Hmm.
Trump and his administration to release the contingency funds in the
Hmm.
USDA account, and they gave them until 12 noon on Monday. This order was done in the afternoon on Friday. All right.
Hmm.
What do you think about Donald Trump instead of just complying with the order that day on Friday, October 31st? What do you think
Hmm.
about him holding a Great Gatsby theme Halloween party in the middle of at that time, 30-day shutdown instead of just releasing the funds to ensure that millions of Americans would eat?
Okay, so this isn't a pivot, but to answer your question
It's not
first
a
and
pivot. I just
foremost,
want you
no,
to
no,
say, what do you think
what I was
about
gonna,
it?
no, right, what I was gonna, my explanation probably would be seen as a pivot. I just wanted to preface that really quickly. Number one, I would have to look into that specific case a little bit more. But number two, based off of my understanding, and again, I haven't done that much groundwork on it. I've done like a very, I would say like I've done lazy groundwork on it. I'm pretty sure the reason why we're still in this government shutdown is because of the Democrats. Am I incorrect in?
Yeah, that's not answering the question though, buddy. That's the thing. And I didn't mean to call you buddy. I'm
No,
so
it's okay.
sorry.
It's okay.
But that's not answering the question at
Uh-huh.
hand. I asked you, what do you think about Donald Trump instead of complying same
I
day
think
with the
yeah,
judge's orders?
I think that's irresponsible. But then again, I think there probably is a lot more context to it. And if it is to be what you are saying, then yeah, I think that's irresponsible. But at the same time, a lot of people aren't getting fed because the government is still shut down because the Democrats refuse to vote because of what subsidies that they believe should be added into
It's not
certain.
just any subsidies though. These are
I
the ACA subsidies that actually allow people making upwards of 400% of the poverty level to be able to afford their health insurance. So it's actually allowing people.
I mean,
Yeah. So it means you can make like 100,000 and still get a subsidy on your health insurance. Sorry, I have
so
an
it
11
is.
year old who's also asking questions.
Yeah. You know,
So it is as a
really,
result of the
really quick,
Democrats,
E.
though. Why?
Hold on a second, Kobe. E, how long
Sorry.
until you go live?
I go live if I
Mm-hmm.
have to go live, probably 25 minutes tops.
Oh, okay. All right, finish your point, Kobe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, like from my understanding, like the reason why we're still in the government shutdown, and that is the government shutdown. I mean, many Americans that live off of um wage given through the government. I mean, you know, because of the Democrats, I get maybe there's a reason why they haven't voted to open up the government again, but at the same time,
Because it's going
they
to
still
cost
are the
people so
reason.
much money.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
So the thing is that do you think that it's objectively wrong to, if you have the power to allow 7 million people to go without health insurance?
well, I don't
If
think
you have the
I
power.
don't. Well, yeah, I think it is objectively wrong, but I don't think that's the case. And there certainly are other alternatives. It's just whether or not those alternatives are as
There
accessible
are other
as whatever.
alternatives.
So you're saying,
No other
you're saying
alternatives have
this is
been
a case.
presented other than we'll talk about this later.
So you're saying this is a case of basically healthcare, no healthcare. Is that what you're saying?
This is a case, healthcare is one of the main things that is on the table, the ACA subsidies, and the
Right.
Republican Party is refusing to negotiate with the Democratic Party about them. What they're
So do you
doing is
think?
hold
Sorry,
on.
sorry.
It's okay. You don't have to apologize. I was about to say just do better, but that might have been me. But no, so the problem is that back in March, the Republicans already told the Democrats that, okay, we'll talk about this in September the next time we have to do a CR. And the Democrats, all right, just as they would usually do, said, okay, you know what? We believe you. We'll talk about this in September because we believe that you're acting in good faith. And the Republicans were like, nah, I got you, bitch. When September came and didn't negotiate, they didn't do it. And
Right.
so that's why we're here now.
And so that's why I was going to
There are
ask.
there are no alternatives. I mean, they didn't say, okay, well, instead of, extending these subsidies, we'll do this. They didn't do that. They didn't say, well, we have a healthcare plan in mind. Here's our healthcare plan. Let's see how this will work, and this is what we can actually talk about. They didn't do that. They're basically just bringing the Democrats along again, and the Democrats are like, no, not this time. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Well, I can't get fooled again.
So I totally understand that, and I guess it's just a negotiating tactic to bring the Republicans to the table. But do you think that millions of Americans should be? I mean, I get the overarching goal, but like, do you think that's worth keeping the government shut down and having these millions of Americans, worry about where their next meal's going to come from? Like, don't you think maybe they should? I get maybe the Republicans should be the ones doing the compromising, but at this point, the government has been shut down for so long. Don't you think the Democrats should compromise here and maybe look at another alternative?
No.
Okay, but then
No. Go ahead.
That's fine. I mean, the other end of that is the government will stay shut down, which I think that's the reality of the situation. Either the government stays shut down, and you still have these millions of Americans that don't know where their next meal is going to come from, or you can compromise and give that extra, what is it, 6 votes, I believe, and then revisit.
I'm sorry, Kobe, but do you know what's at stake here? I know I just mentioned the ACA subsidy.
You're cutting out.
I knew it.
Just a little bit, but I don't know in its entirety what actually is at stake on both sides. But what I do now know, and what I've began to know based off of just briefly looking into it recently, that the government's basically still shut down because of very few votes, and the reason why is because the Democrats would like to involve certain subsidies in certain bills. But yeah, I mean, I guess I should
I'm so sorry because.
Am I distracting you guys? Listen, not even gonna hold you. Not even gonna hold you. Not even gonna hold you.
Like,
I didn't realize what time it was.
Oh, meeting?
I have to skedaddle.
Okay, all right. Bye.
Bye, Erica. Santana, thanks for having me up again. But I just
All right. Yeah, I appreciate you. I wish we'd had time for a longer conversation, but I got.
No, yeah, we can talk. We can talk another time. It'll give me some time to actually look into what's going on with the
Please
shutdown,
do,
so.
please do, because there's a
No, I
lot to
will.
it. All right.
Of course, I'll do that. I'll do that. All right. See ya. Take care of yourself.
Hey guys, hit the follow button. Look up right here. If you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. Hit that follow button. We are at 864 new followers on the backup account. I would love to do 1,000. So there's like what 100. Well, I need 100 something people that haven't followed yet to hit the follow button up here to follow the backup account, but also follow the main account. I need like 100 something people. There's like still 2,000 people watching. I know that there has to be like 100 something people that have not hit the follow button yet. Go ahead and hit that follow button. I really, really, really want to get this over 1,000. We're at 891. We're at 891. Hit that follow button. Hit the follow button. Also hit the follow button for the main account, guys. We will be back tonight for late nights. Late nights. We have an amazing topic this week for late nights, and I'm super happy about the topic. The topic for late nights is literally left versus right. Who's to blame? Left versus right. Who's to blame? And fun fact, I think I know who I am blame, but we're going to get into it because there's a deep divide within the country, and it seems like the divide continues to grow. And so if you are interested in joining the panel, that's what someone said earlier, like, hey, do you talk to friendlies? Yes, on late nights. Late nights is when we talk to friendlies. So at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, late nights with Santana. We will be back tonight. We will have our panel discussion, and we will get into it. Dang it, I did not mean to do that. Holy smokes, I did not mean to do that. Boom, there we go. W's in the chat. W's in the chat for Marie. Marie sent a $7.77 donation to say, I love how you handle privileged fucks. I know how easy we had it because I know how hard my students have it. Utmost disdain for people who can acknowledge that they started halfway up the steps when others started in the basement. I'm in the mood. Let me at them. Listen, I get it as well. And for people who don't actually understand their privilege, like it's weird. It's weird that they can't even do that. Debbie's in the chat for Serena, who sent a $3 donation. Say, I've given a car to high school. I was given a car in high school and money for college. I work hard, but my life has been a lot different without that ladder. Acknowledging that I started with does not diminish what I accomplished, but instead highlights why others may not have had the same opportunities I had. Exactly. Debbie's in the chat for Erica, who sent a $1.99 super chat to say these people can't even grasp $1 billion, let alone 450 billion. Exactly. Debbie's in the chat for Tris, who sent a $4.99 super chat to say, loving this blue wave. When's your next late nights? Tonight. It's tonight. I wasn't feeling well last night, but I'm good tonight. Debbie's in the chat for Witch Woman for the high fives, 400 jewels, and also Witch Woman for the floating heart for the 10 jewels. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And also Debbie's in the chat for Cam. Thank you so much for the 3 for the daily goal. Cam, thank you so much for the 3. You're freaking awesome. Guys, I love you guys so much. We will be back tonight. And again, late nights is when any and everyone can join the panel. And so if you are, I'll give you guys a spoiler. Tonight, the first thing that I want to talk about. Yes, Justin, all I do is beg. Justin. The first thing that I want to talk about on late nights when we're talking about left versus right and the divide in the country, because certain people seem like they don't understand, we're going to talk about the Southern strategy. We're going to talk about the party switch. We're going to talk about the Dixiecrats and the Triple K and who's the party of hate. Yeah. We're going to do it. 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, and it's on the main. So if you're not following the main account, you need to hit that follow button. Here's the main right here. I pinned the main. It says here. If you're not following the main, you need to go ahead and follow the main because that's where we do late nights. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Exile.
You stepped in the box. Now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here. You better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts tight lies, get left in chain. One wrong word, get slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Bring stats and get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit.
Hey guys, it was good to be back. I'm so happy that I was able to hop on here. I kind of lost track of time, not even gonna hold you, but I'm glad to be back. I love you more. I love you way more. Justin, you're a hater. I can't wait for late nights tonight. That conversation is gonna be goated. I'm super excited. If you plan on joining the panel, make sure you're ready to talk about the Southern strategy, because if you don't know what the Southern strategy is, then you're gonna get kicked. So be ready. Be ready. I'm about to get out of here, guys. I'm going to get out of here, and I will see you all later. Thank you all so much. Thank you for the likes, the gifts, the taps, the shares. Thank you all for being so amazing. You all are so freaking awesome. I love you all so much. I do. I love you. I love each and every one of you. I love you all. And as always, peace.